It is your girl, the one and the only Spicy, and I'm here today with another all signs reading. I'm here today with another all signs reading. And the question that we're going to be asking Spirit today is, what are your haters saying about you? Okay, what are your haters saying about you? So I had to restart this live. Um, so basically, what I'm doing now is I'm just editing the title. So as people come in, they know what the live is about. But as I'm doing that, I guess y'all can let me know where you all are tuning in from, and also let me know which sign to start with. Hey, Mary. So right now, I'm just trying to edit the title of the live because it just keeps happening. Every time I go to start a live, it's always horizontal instead of vertical. So I always got to take a few minutes to just start a new live. So right now I'm just editing the title. But yeah, as y'all are coming in, just say hey, let me know where you're tuning in from, and also let me know which sign to start with. Hey Katie, catch up. It's nice to see you. It is nice to see you. Right now, I'm just trying to edit this and then we're going to get started. I wish I had some music. Hey, Peaceful. Yes. So, Peaceful, you can request a sign that you would like me to start with. Capricorn, please. Okay. Capricorn. Okay, so we'll start with Capricorn. Hey, Cha Cha. So, let me go ahead and get into the live on my computer. We're going to get started. All right, I need to be able to look at myself. All right, boom. Wine, what you talking about? Do I do weddings? What does that even mean? You want me to be the wedding singer? You want me to tell you something good about the black men? Black men are intelligent and sexy. How about that? Told you something good about the black men. Oh, you need me dressed as the bride? Yo, Cha Cha, you keep blocking Willie. Yo, that's funny. He said, tell me something about the black man. Y'all already getting me started. All right, so we starting with Capricorn. Okay, the question is, what are your haters saying about you? He said, tell me something about the black man. Yo, I'm done. All right, Capricorn, your timestamp is 3 minutes and 40 seconds. All right, let's go. So what are your haters saying about you? Hey, Millie. Hey, Kyson. I hope I said your name right. Hi. Hey, Ola. Okay, so for the most part, your haters, what was the first question I wrote down here? What are they commenting about? Okay, so your haters are commenting about your ambition. Like you're someone who is not going to stop until you basically accomplish your goals or whatever your aspirations and desires are. And you're also very innovative as well. So the way that you go about your goals or The way that you go about just accomplishing things in general is very different from other people. So you're someone who's very unconventional. It's like you're an unconventional thinker. Essentially, you're someone who thinks outside of the box to get whatever it is that you want. Okay. You're someone who's dedicated. You're someone who is very passionate, and you actually take what you do like very serious. So they're basically just commenting on the fact that like you're seriously pursuing your goals in your own way, like, so there could be a process or a path or a journey that you could take that's also very similar to others, but in a way it's like you're innovative. Like you see where everyone else is headed and you purposely decide to go in a different direction. I feel like you just really want to stand out. So that's what they're talking about. They could be criticizing that about you, like the fact that you are not really trying to listen to other people or the way that they typically like to go about things. You're kind of doing it in your own way, like, and you're serious too. So your haters could think that you're loud and wrong, like that you're just loud and wrong, or they might suggest, okay, do something this way. For some of y'all, I feel like this could be like management that's hating, or some type of leader, someone that's hating because they feel like you're kind of taking it upon yourself to do something in a different way other than what you're being told to do, and it's causing like an issue and some type of resistance for them, but it still like works out in the end for you. So I just heard thorn in the side, so you could be a thorn in in their side. So this could be a person or people. It's like you're a thorn in the side because you're just kind of going about things your own way, but it seemed like it's working out. All right. Welcome to the live. Hey, Moisty. Thank you so much. Okay, so why are they saying this about you? Why are they saying this about you? I feel like they're saying this about you because you're being like really adamant about doing things your own way, or you just have a way that you see things. And you always want to make sure that whatever it is that you do is within alignment, like with your authentic and true nature or your true self. So it's kind of like I feel like what they're saying is that instead of you doing things their way, you're doing things your own way, like based on your own, ethics or your own morality or how you think things should go. So some of these people are calling you like a smart aleck, or they're trying to say that you're not really as experienced as you think, or they feel like you could be a bit naive and gullible. They also feel like you're not flexible, like you're not willing to, like in a sense, follow the leader. It's like you're your own self. So they're commenting on that as well. But yeah, they're definitely trying to say that you're naive and that you're gullible, or you think you know everything. It's kind of like that smart aleck type of behavior. And they also feel like it's like you are someone who, it's like they can't tell you anything, because I just heard that song by Kanye, like you can't tell me nothing. So it's like they can't tell you anything either, because all you're gonna do is put up your boundaries. You're not gonna care, even if you make a mistake or you mess up, or you don't follow the program. It's like you're still gonna move forward with your ideas or with your thoughts or in whatever direction you want to go in. But yeah, they feel like they can't tell you anything because all you're gonna do is be avoidant. All you're gonna do is whatever you want to do anyway, and you don't care what they have to say. Like you don't care. So you're gonna kind of move how you want to move. And if someone has something to say about it, it's like you don't want to hear it. It's kind of like you block and avoid. So that's why they're saying that. It's like you're not open to intervention. So what about them is influencing their opinion or what they're saying about you? It could be it could be Millie. Okay, so pretty much these haters that are talking about you is like they could be a bit mad at how like ambitious you are and how you tend to go about things in your own way, or you're not willing to be conventional. Is like they're mad because it's not something that they're able to do. Like they're too held back by fear, by limitation, by restrictions. They experience a lot of like what if moments that actually really truly do hold them back. So that's the reason why it's like they're not courageous enough to be unconventional or to do something different. So this is what's kind of influencing their opinion about you. Yo, that's funny. Like, let's see what else we have here. Yo, that's funny. And yo, that's hilarious. Let's see what else. I mean, they think that you not listening or you not willing to follow a specific path that's already there for you, like they feel like that's a red flag. Like you not listening. And there's also an air of you being a bit like unpredictable here as well, so they can't really pick up like what your next actions are. um but yeah, they're also just commenting on how you just like I said, regardless of any mistakes that you could potentially make. Because what I'm getting is like you would rather just make your own mistakes, if that makes sense. It's like you would rather get your own experience. Like you don't really want to listen to what somebody else has to say. Like you want your like hands-on experience, you know? So it's like even if you experience some type of mistake, it's like you tend to keep things together. Like things continue to keep moving forward. So that's hilarious, but that's what I have for y'all. That's what I have for y'all, Capricorns. We're gonna go ahead and move on. So yeah, y'all are rebellious, is what it seems. Your haters don't like it. But yeah, how are y'all doing? Hey Vicente, Onofin. You were born in Poland? That's what's up. I've never been to Poland. I've definitely never been there. You're welcome, Peaceful. I hope you enjoyed it. All right, so now we're just gonna move on to, I feel like just Taurus, but I don't know what signs y'all said next. So thank you, Liliana, and hey, Rito. I think you meant to say your name is Rito, but you put my name is Riot. Taurus, unless that's your name. Taurus, 13 minutes is gonna be your timestamp. All right, so after Virgo, let me know. Okay, Taurus did want next. Okay, good. Capricorn, Taurus next. Okay, then we're gonna do Virgo. After Virgo, let me know which element to jump to. Okay, it's Rito. Okay, Liliana, you said Gemini. All right, so I'll do air after, and I'll start with Gemini. Sorry, Millie. Liliana put Gemini in the chat first. Okay, Taurus. Let's see what your haters. Okay, I just heard that song, Keep Rising to the Top. Y'all know that oldie song, Keep Rising to the Top? I think the guy's name is like Kenny something, but they be playing it at all the barbecues. I'm trying to tell you. They be playing it at all the barbecues. Okay, so basically Taurus is like your haters are talking about your climb, okay? Your climb. Now this could be your social standing in a particular community. Some of you all could be like socialites, just very popular wherever you live or just in whichever space that you frequent. So whether it be school, work, the gym, like you don't even necessarily have to be in some like top position, but for some reason it seems like you're gaining popularity. So it seems like people are really taking a liking towards you, like, which is definitely interesting here. So your haters are talking about you, like your climb, like, and it's not even just like a glow up. I just feel like more people are getting to know you. You're getting more attention. Um, I feel like you all may have just won something, like you won, or you even earned a position, or you earned some type of title. Um, yeah, especially if this is competitive here. So your haters could be in a competitive environment. So wherever you have to compete, but people be competing at work and stuff. They do that. But yeah, this is like any community that you're a part of. It seems like you are gaining popularity. More people are liking you, like I said, or you could have just got like some type of promotion. And your haters are definitely commenting on that. They're commenting on your emotional like resilience, your ability to like not give up, your ability to remain courageous, to remain brave. Um, I also just heard the audacity. So you all may be a little like cocky a bit, you know what I'm trying to say? Like cocky as far as like, you look good, okay? You look good. So I'm definitely picking up on like you being attractive here as well. Like people, your haters could be commenting on you, trying to say that you're vain, trying to say that you're superficial, that you're full of yourself, so that energy is here as well. Yo, that's hilarious. Like, so it's kind of like what I just heard was hate it or love it. It's like there's gonna be some people that, hate you, or there's gonna be some people that love you. It's just like a vast dichotomy of extremes, like it's a vast dichotomy of extremes. It's basically what I'm saying here. So yeah, these haters that are commenting on you, they really actually don't like you. They may also not like hear what they're talking about is like your tact, like your ability, your lack of tact. Like you just say what you got to say whenever you have to say it. And it just is what it is. So some might find the way that you speak to be very like arrogant or boasty or proud. So you kind of have that demeanor, I feel like, that people are picking up on. But the crazy thing about it is like you have to have this type of energy to you, because I feel like you want people to take you serious, or you want people to respect you. So I think it's more so coming from a place of like you actually wanting to command respect. Like you have the respect, and you're increasing in, I heard, like desirability as well. So yeah, this could be a personal like attractiveness, physical attractiveness glow up as well. um your haters could also be talking about your fashion and sense as well, like especially if you wear like just different types of clothing, like, so they're coming at your your style, like it is definitely out there, it's different. Especially if you have a different color hair that's typical, like this is a typical color, so if you have something that's different and extreme, it's like they're talking about that as well. But yeah, just taking it back to the respect thought that I had about respect, rather, it's just like you just command it more so. So I just think you have a very strong, you could be feminine, but you just have a very strong masculine energy. Like I'm just picking up the emperor energy, where it's like when you meet someone with that type of energy or archetype, it's like you just immediately take them seriously, you immediately take them serious and you respect them, because it's just something about their demeanor. It makes you feel like, they know what they're talking about, or they're a voice of authority, or a voice of leadership. So that's kind of what I'm picking up with you. It's like you're becoming that, like a voice of authority. Like, all right, so let's see what else. Uh, why are they saying this? Why are they saying this? I think you're in some like, or at least climbing into like a better position, whether it's a social standing, or even if it's like a position at work, or, it's different types of positions that people can hold out in a community, even at church. Let's see. Why are they saying this? I think these people that are hating on you, like, of course, because they're commenting on your your elevation. That's kind of, I think, what I'm trying to say. They kind of watched this process as it was going. Um, and I feel like in some ways you were like an underdog, or you were being overlooked. I think that's why they're saying this. Like, they're commenting a lot about how, you were maybe a newcomer to this community, or you were someone that maybe didn't have as much clout, like, it's just something about that, like, not as much clout, not as much popularity, not as much pull. It's something about this. And they're just commenting on how, like, you were the least likely yeah, the least likely to make it, or if this was a competitive environment, it's like you were the least likely to win. Like, no one thought you were going to win. um you were basically being overlooked. That's why they're saying this. Like, you weren't expected to be in the position that you're in, or to be, receiving a particular promotion. Like, they felt like you were being overlooked. And they also feel like whatever you accomplished wasn't because of your own doing. They just feel like it was because you got lucky. Like, that's how they feel. They feel like, this positive change, or these positive changes that are happening to you, are just because it was luck. It wasn't like there was something that you particularly did. Yeah, I feel like this had to do with a competition here. So I think you ended up winning something over your haters, and that's why they're mad. Like, they just feel like they thought you wouldn't win, they thought you wouldn't succeed, but you did. um and in return, it's like you developed even more strength and courage. um Yeah, they also felt like you became, I guess, more proud, more arrogant, and they wish you would calm down on that. They wish you would calm down on it. It's like, you won already. You know what I'm saying? Like, you won. Stop gloating. Stop boasting. Stop flexing. Stop. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's just hilarious. They feel like, you won already. Like, calm that shit down. Like, move it along. Like, keep it pushing. Like, they don't want you to enjoy, I don't want to say the fruits of your labor, but they don't want you to enjoy how it feels to win, and how it feels to succeed. Thank you so much, T. Hey, D. Okay, they don't want you to enjoy, just how it feels to actually win, just the emotional fulfillment that comes from achieving something, achieving a goal. They don't want you to feel that. Okay, so that's hilarious here. Okay, so what about them is influencing their opinion? Yo, that is hilarious, yo. Taurus, this reading is funny. What about them? Uh, they just, what is it about them that's influencing this? I mean, to be honest, it's like these people are savage too. You know what I'm trying to say? If it was the other way around, if it was the other way around, like, and you lost and they won, they would be doing the same thing that you're doing. They would be gloating. They would be boasting. They would be like trying to stunt on you for real. Like, they would really be trying to stunt on you. So that's pretty much why they're mad. They're just mad that they didn't have the opportunity to do it, but you did. Okay, so that's why they're upset. Like, yeah, these people are savage anyway, so it doesn't matter. Don't feel bad. Like, if you got put into a better position, like, don't get mad if you won something over these people, because I see the Five of Wands, and then I also see the Knight of Wands. Like, the Knight of Wands is a challenge winner. Okay, people be trying to come at the Knight of Wands, but when the Knight of Wands is determined and wants what it wants, that energy is not stopping. Like, it's not going to stop. So yeah, it's very ambitious. Like, it is. Like, the Knight of Wands is heroic. People be trying to play the Knight of Wands like, oh, it's a player, like, but when it comes down to like goals, accomplishing things, like, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Wands is the energy. Okay, that's definitely the energy. But yeah, these people are savage anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Like, enjoy yourself. Okay. Enjoy yourself. Like, enjoy it. Like, enjoy the wins. Thank you, Kyle. Enjoy the wins. Yeah, they just, I mean, they wish this thing would be over, and they actually wish that they can get, I want to say like a leg up on you. I kind of want to say like revenge. So if you've just won something, or like I said, you've just been promoted, or you can tell that you're gaining popularity, it's like these people want this to end. Okay, they want it to end, and they are willing or ready, yeah, ready and willing at any moment to kind of like try to, you know, block you, stop you, try to make your path forward a bit like challenging to deal with. And I will also say just be careful. Yeah, be careful about who you talk to, like just about what you want to do, what you're thinking about doing moving forward, like just who you share your ideas with. I would say be careful, because another idea here as well is that you basically are just like future faking, and you're not really being honest or telling the truth. They also feel like you're being very deceptive about like how you are gaining what you're gaining. Like they feel like you're not being honest. So at this point I would just say just be a bit mysterious, and don't let these people kind of like make you feel bad about what you won, or you know, try to, what I want to say is like, you know, knock you off of your, you know, your pedestal, you know. So I would say that. But yeah, that's all I have for you, Taurus. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to Virgo. That's some real haterish. You wanna say what the hell? Yeah, yeah, Taurus. You just have to be strong and don't let these people make you feel bad about yourself or what you have accomplished over them, because they want you to lose it. Like they want you to lose it. And in a way it's like they're gonna be trying to get revenge. So keep your head on swivel. Hey Chris from Saints Louis, East Augusta, real black girl magic. Yes. Yes. All right. So Virgo. Virgo, your timestamp is going to be 2730. 2730 Virgo. All right, let's see. What are your haters saying about you? The question is, what are your haters saying about you? That's the question, Chris. Virgo, not your haters trying all of a sudden be quiet now. Okay? You trying to be quiet. Okay. Okay. So, your haters are basically commenting on is they're commenting on like your change of like attitude and demeanor. And especially like they're commenting on you like emotionally. I feel like in the past you were someone who would allow like other people to dictate and control your emotions, But like now it's like the complete opposite for you. Like you are someone who's a bit more emotionally intelligent than you were before. You're emotionally mature. You're someone who knows how to remain neutral as opposed to like moody or temperamental, or cycling back and forth between different like extremes. So they're just talking about like how you're not as emotionally reactive as possible. So I feel like your haters are trying to like push you, because what I just heard was yo, I think I heard Tupac when he was like, I'm not a killer, but don't push me. Like, so I just heard that, where it's just like, it seems like these haters could be trying to like push you off the edge. It's like they're trying to get you in trouble. They could be trying to like do or say things to cause you to be emotionally reactive, or to fight, or to cause drama. That's what I'm seeing here. It's like they're trying to get you out of your element. That's basically what I feel like these haters are trying to do. Like they're trying to prove that you're not as emotionally balanced as maybe you're trying to convince other people that you are. I just use the word convince because that's what I'm getting from them. They're saying that you're trying to convince people that you're one way, like, oh, that you're zen, or like you're a sensei, or like you're someone who's prioritizing like rest and relaxation or meditation. Like they just trying to make it seem like you're not as like zen as you want people to perceive you to be, okay? Or not as focused on peace and love and harmony, connectedness, connectivity, or togetherness is, I think, is what I'm trying to say. Like they trying to make it seem like you're not really all about that. So I feel like they're just trying to push you. It's kind of what I'm getting here. Yeah, if you all are really into like being natural, like having a natural hairstyle, living more of a natural lifestyle, like this could be something that's actually working out positively for you, especially if you changed up your diet and you're eating healthier, you're losing unhealthy fat, just anything that you're doing that's like natural. um or even using products that are more natural, it's like it's actually working for you, like it's working positively for you. So they're commenting on that as well, like you're living more of a natural lifestyle. um I don't know why that would be a problem, but that's definitely something that came up here as well. So maybe these are people who don't really value that or have a connection to like their heritage. These could be people that are of a specific ethnicity, but they're not really connected to it. So they could also be talking about your connection to, I just heard your spirituality, but I also feel like it's just to your ancestors, to your heritage, like knowing where your family comes from, that type of thing. So I feel like they're talking a lot about that as well. Or they could be talking about, your heritage. They could be talking about that, and that's it's borderlining ignorance. It's borderlining ignorance now. So for some of you all, um, there could be a negative stereotype that's being placed upon you, okay, especially if you are an African American woman, regarding anger and emotions. So it could be something that these people are also commenting on as well, okay? So let's see. Let's see. Why are they saying this? Why are they saying this? I feel like why they're saying this is because they're trying to get you out of your element, or they're trying to prove a point to others. Because I keep hearing like, yeah, I am another one, and what, and what, but yeah, I feel like they're saying this is because they just want to, because I just like saw a kid be like, see, like point and be like, see. So I feel like they're trying to prove this point that you're not who you pretend to be, okay? I feel like that's what that's about. Um, well, why they're saying this about you? Well, first and foremost, it's like you being able to just respond, is what I want to say. Like respond, as opposed to react, has just helped you to not only just gain control of your emotions, but I feel like it's also gaining a certain type of control over your life. Like I see that happening here. And also, I feel like they're saying this because it's like your emotional maturity is really helping you to move forward in life. Like you're moving forward in life. You're not as stuck or as trapped or as limited as maybe these people are or other people are in general. Like you're someone who has become more empowered through gaining a control over your emotions, and also someone who doesn't allow like even negative emotions to like dictate your behaviors. So you're just someone who's trying to be as positive as possible. You're trying to remain in a good energy so that you're able to manifest what you consciously want in your life. So you're manifesting with a good energy, or even like an emotional neutral energy. Um, that's what I see here. I just feel like it's your ability to remain in control. Okay. And as long as you are in control of yourself and in control of your emotions, like you're living a life of, of self control. Because it's really up to you to direct and guide your life in whichever direction you want to go. Like pretty much. And you're not allowing things to hold you back. Persevering, you're being as emotionally resilient as possible. Like you're able to overcome obstacles and challenges. It seems like these haters that are talking about you don't have the ability to do that. Um, they don't have an ability to listen to themselves, or to even, in a sense, be caring and compassionate with themselves. I feel like you understand that if you control yourself, and you're not just flying off the handle, um, not only are you, what I'm basically trying to say is like you're exhibiting a sense of self-care, because you're not allowing your blood pressure to go all up over the place, and you're not allowing yourself to be stressed out. So in a way, it's like this is self-care or self-love, is remaining in a state of peace, as opposed to being in a state of chaos and disarray. So that's kind of what I'm saying here. Like you're understanding this on a spiritual thing, on an emotional level, and also a physical level as well. Okay, you're not trying to get stressed out, wrinkles, gray hair, like all of that stuff that happens when you're stressed. Um, so yeah, I just feel like your haters are trying to push you and they can't get a reaction out of you. All right, what about them is influencing their opinion? I feel like what it is that's influencing their opinion about you is like these are people, I feel like I wanted to say, that are like devoid. I said devoid of emotions. So I feel like these are emotionally unavailable people. Like these are people that don't have the ability to get a grip or handle of their emotions. Like these are people that have issues with like acceptance and self-awareness. These are also people that they've dealt with a lot of like inner child issues. I think it's had something to do with like them not being able to express their emotions when they were younger. Or yo, it's so sad. It's like this is the energy of like someone who, like, when they were younger, let's say they started crying, is like instead of their parents trying to like comfort them and understand like what's going on, it's like their parents used to tell them to like shut up or be quiet, like, like I don't want to hear it, stop crying, like that type of thing. So yeah, it's not like you're devoid of emotions. I just feel like you know how to harness your emotions, like, and you don't allow things to kind of, like I said, get chaotic for you. But these are people that I feel like need your energy. Like that's another aspect of this as well. It's like they actually need your energy. They need your validation, and they need your affirmation. So I feel like they're kind of willing to do anything, maybe do or say anything to you to try to like mess up your vibe or get you out of your element, like I said. Um, so yeah, I just think like these people were neglected. So I think that's why they're pressed for your energy. Like they were neglected as children emotionally. Um, they're not in tune with their emotions. And yeah, they're not able to develop a sense of, I want to say, like self love or, self care for themselves. So they're kind of like looking for validation from, like I said, outside resources. And I think one of them just happens to be you at this time. All right, let me get y'all a couple more messages and then we're going to move on. Then we're going to move on. Yeah, these people definitely have their hand out. They have their hand out. So I would say just protect your energy, like, because I definitely feel like they want your energy. Like it's kind of given like an energetic like vampire. And it doesn't matter what type of attention you give them, but I think particularly they want negative energy from you, and just from people in general. So I would just say don't be around. Like I would just say don't be around these folks. Like once you see that someone is trying to get you out your element, like you know exactly what they want. They want some type of affirmation. And I feel like you're just not willing to give out that type of negative response. So just be weary of arguments that people try to drag you into, or debates, or heated disputes. I would say be aware of that. Um, but yeah, some of these folks I feel like you used to have relationships with, but then you realize that the relationships with them were not like mutually reciprocal, or you felt like they were negative or toxic. So, some of these folks are definitely talking about this as well. Like you doing the necessary work to like clean it up and just get rid of it out of your life, to move away from it. Um, so yeah, they definitely have their hand out for your energy and for your attention. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say is be careful of like arguments, and people trying to drag you into, like I said, a conflict or dispute. They want your attention and they want your energy, but you're paying attention to yourself. It's kind of like being unbothered. All right, so who are we moving on to now? I think it was Aries. No, Gemini. Gemini. And then the rest of the air signs. And then, yeah, we had, I'm sorry, Ash. I'm sorry, Ash. It was Gemini. Because I remember Millie said Aries also. But then someone had said Gemini right before her. Hey, it's Lauren. Hi, Timothy and Brian. Yo. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Ash. All right, Gemini. Gemini, your timestamp is going to be 43:15. 43:15. Gemini. All right, Gemini, what are your haters saying about you? Okay. Not your haters hating. Just play. Everybody haters hating. Like, all right. Yeah, Gemini, you're exuding some Leo energy. Like, you're exuding some real Leo energy right now. Um, I feel like y'all it's one of two things here. You could already be experiencing it or you're on the way. But I just feel like you all are, as far as it comes to your finances, it's like you're glowing up. Okay. Your finances are definitely on the up and up. Your finances are going to improve if they have not improved already. And it's just because of your confidence and willingness to do things that other people are not willing to do, to go places that other people are not willing to go. It reminds me of this saying that Cha-Cha, I feel like Cha-Cha would say this, where it's like what you want is on the other side of what you're not willing to do. I think that's what it is that I'm trying to say here. So I just feel like there's a certain type of strength that you have, not only just like emotional strength, but I also feel like mental as well. Mental. And I also feel like, as far as even as it relates to like your emotions, like it's just the strong energy of like just passion. So yeah, you are definitely someone who is very diligent. And as far as your pursuits when it comes to making money here, like I just feel like you just keep going. Okay, just keep going and you'll definitely experience a positive change or outcome with your financial situation. But yeah, like your haters are basically talking about just what you're doing right now creatively. Some of you could be artists, entrepreneurs. Yeah, like you're a business owner. You know, you just essentially want to work for yourself. So they're just talking about your confidence right now and how confident you are. I mean, I just keep hearing a lot of like, oh, they think they, or oh, she thinks she's this now, or he thinks he's this now. So you decided to redefine yourself. Okay. You're deciding to redefine yourself. I just heard like makeover. So it's like you could be doing like a major life haul or something, or like you're literally trying to change your entire life, like your lifestyle, maybe even how you look. That's why I feel like this pursuit has to do with money and and finances and career, because those things can definitely help you to majorly change your lifestyle or your current life experience. So yeah, I just feel like people are commenting on like what you're doing now, or what you are pursuing for money. Cause I just keep hearing like, oh, she think she's this now, or they think, they're an entrepreneur now, or oh, they think they're a model now, or oh, they think they're a cake decorator now. It's just like you're doing something different. This could even be new to other people, but you've already had like a passion for this. It's like you're choosing to do something different. And I feel like, especially for your finances, and it's just like people are commenting on this. I just feel like they're not used to you pursuing this, or wanting more money, wanting to have a better lifestyle, having dreams, actually being passionate about it, displaying a sort of like mental toughness, like being very stubborn, which is a very Leo trait as well, and not really like wanting to give up on what you want. Some of you could be doing something that is within like a male dominated industry, or you work with a lot of men, or you have to exhibit a certain type of like masculine energy. And Leo energy is a masculine energy. Okay. So fire sign. So it's like, you could be in a male dominated industry as well, so, or just whatever it is that you're doing, there's a lot of men in power or in leadership roles and positions that determine who gets what opportunity or who does what. Okay. So it's like, they're commenting on this as well. Like, I guess your ability to hang in there. And I just heard and be just one of the guys. So, they could be commenting on this as well. Like you being a woman in an industry full of men, and oh, are you gonna crack under pressure? And it's like you're still surviving, you're still thriving, like you're still going. So they're commenting on this. Sea Monster, you said, can you take me to Red Lobster? I mean, maybe. I do like a little Red Lobster. Okay. I be eating half the plate though, because it's salty. You know, taking your sodium and then take it in later. Yo, cracking up. Why are they saying this? Why are they saying this? I feel like your haters are trying to, it's like similar to one of the other piles. It's like they're trying to say that like what, like if you were to, you know, if you were, basically what they're saying is like you're not essentially accomplishing what you're accomplishing based off of your merits. You know, like they can see that you have a lot of these strong qualities, but they're trying to say, oh, it's not based off of your merit, it's just because you got lucky. Like that's what they're trying to say. They're trying to say, oh, you got lucky. Or for some of y'all, it could be like some of them are saying, oh, it's because of affirmative action, or it's because of equal opportunity. Like, you know, they're trying to say that thing as well. So there could be something about you that in society people may like deem as being like a disadvantage, but it's like despite what the disadvantages are for you, it's like you're still confidently putting yourself out there and you're sticking with it. You're not giving up. I feel like your haters want you to quit. Like they want you to quit. They want you to give up. It's kind of what I'm seeing here. Like they want you to quit and give up. Yeah, like they definitely want you to, because they see in the end like you have a lot of potential. Like as long as you stick with whatever it is that you're doing, it's like they know that you're going to make that money. Okay? And just for y'all, like I was saying, keep with it, because you know your financial situation is going to change. Y'all have the King of Pentacles here as well. Okay? So I'm just saying, like, stick with what you're doing. It seems like you are pursuing something along the lines of entrepreneurship. Okay. Artistic or arts, like you're creative, you're artistic, like it's along those lines. um so yeah, they want you to kind of like quit before you can even make it. But if you do, they're gonna say like, oh, you know, it wasn't because of your own merits. It was because you were lucky. Like you were lucky is pretty much. But yeah, they're also talking bad about you because they actually see how happy you are as you are pursuing your goals, or as you're trying to make more money. That's kind of what I'm getting here, is like you're hustling. Okay. And hustling don't mean you have to be doing bad things like selling drugs and scamming. Like that's not necessarily the case. Like it's just you're talented and you're trying your best to monetize upon your talents, your skills, and your capabilities. You're trying your best to be as resourceful as possible. And you're just trying your best to just go about this in a very calm and moderate way. It's like, yeah, you want the money, you know you do, but there's other aspects to your pursuits that you actually do adore. Maybe it's your ability to work on your art, um or your ability to express yourself creatively, you know, like there's other benefits. It's not just, you know, the money. You know, so I just feel like y'all are patiently doing what you need to do to survive, to thrive, to succeed. That's what you're trying to do. But yeah, I feel like your financial situation, that's why I was saying if you haven't already experienced this change, it's like, you know, these people are commenting on your finances right now as well. Like, you know, you're confident as hell, but they're talking about what you don't have. So if you all are not swimming in the dollars, okay, just yet, it's like they're commenting on, you know, if you all are facing instability, if you all just don't have it, you're dealing with poverty, you're dealing with hardship, you just don't have enough money. Like even with your appearance, it may seem like, okay, you don't have that much money. Like it's just, I'm picking up on starving artists. Okay. So they're commenting on that as well. That's what they're talking about. Like, yeah. Okay, y'all get what I'm saying? Like these people talking about your finances, they coming for you. Like they coming for you. All right, so what is it about them that's influencing their opinion? I feel like you're actually doing the hard work that is necessary to like change your life and change your lifestyle. Like these people are a bit too proud. So the people that's hating on you, and it's crazy. The people that's hating on you literally already got it. They already got it. But they're coming at you. Like they're coming at you and you don't have it. Like I don't like this. I don't like when people who already are financially secure, stable, they already have whatever it is that they want. They have the house, they have the car, they have the investments, they have the assets, like they have everything. But it's like they really be hating on people that have less than them. And it's like, why would you be doing that? So yeah, these people that are talking about you are very like proud and boastful. I mean, it seems like with whatever they have, they've had it for a while. So you could be someone coming into new money, and this is someone who, you know, maybe they come from a family that already has old money, a family that has already been taking care of them, you know, a family that, you know, kind of already does for them. So it's like they already got it. Like I feel like your haters could be people that already been born with a silver spoon, or just people that just, like I said, they already have it, but they're commenting on you and your journey and your process and growth towards acquiring more financially. So that's crazy. I can't stand when people do that. All right, let's see what else comes up for you. Um, Yeah, pretty much. I feel like you're not really willing to entertain any like gossip or any type of mind games. I feel like some of these haters, it's like they try to be like buddy with you or friends with you just so they know like what your next moves are, what your next actions are, like just what you're doing next. Um, so I think you're like aware of this, you know. So they're kind of talking about that as well. It's kind of like one of those things where it's like keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. So I think you kind of understand this as well with these haters. Um, so yeah, there's just a certain wall that they can't get by, but I feel like you're still not trying to cause issues or to cause problems with them. I just think you're kind of keeping them at like an arm's length distance, and you're not willing to like befriend them as much as, you know, maybe they're trying to. I feel like they're trying to just get more information out of you. And you know that. So it's like maybe in this environment that you're in with them, it's like you can't obviously be like malignant with your disdain for them. You know, I feel like this is an environment to where they're still around. They might be needed in this environment. So you kind of have to be fake with them just to like keep it cool. Just to maintain like the good energy and the good vibes in the environment. But for real, I feel like you know who these haters are, and I just keep hearing like keep your friends close and your enemies closer. So I think that's something that you're doing with these people. That's what you're doing with these people. Like I think you're kind of being fake with them, like trying to make it seem like, you know, you're cool with them, or you know, you like them, or everything's cool, like, but it's not that way. So it's kind of giving me like frenemy vibe here as well. So yeah, that's definitely sad, and it sucks. Some of these people might be your friends. Like, so that's what I have for you, Gemini. Let's go ahead and move forward. That girl Marissa, thank you so much. Hey Tanika Crawford. Yeah, it's kind of like that frenemy thing. So you could be doing this just to like preserve yourself, you know, to preserve yourself as to not cause any further problems, or like you're just trying your best to not state the obvious. I feel like Gemini, but it's like these haters already know. I feel like you're hip to them, like you already know, like, and you're just trying your best to avoid the gossip. I think they try to gossip to you about other people. So I feel like that's how you gonna know who your hater is, like the one who talks the most about others. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Libra. Libra, your timestamp is gonna be 59:15. Libra, 59:15. whole bunch of cards fell out. Okay. How are y'all doing? Let me know how y'all are doing. All right, Libra. So that's good. I'm glad you're doing good. All right, Libra. So what are your haters saying about you? Um, your haters are talking about like how you are just, it's like your attitude has changed a bit as well. I feel like in the past you were someone who just kind of was like very passive, like you just kind of let things happen, or even let things happen to you, kind of let people say whatever. I'm just kind of picking up that you were aloof, and that's funny because that's actually something that tends to happen with like air signs sometimes, where it's like you're really just aloof. Even if it's not on purpose, like you're really just kind of in your own world until like, you know, you awaken back to reality. It's kind of what I'm getting here. So I feel like in the past you were someone, like I said, is very passive, aloof, like may not have, I don't want to say like you weren't fixed in reality or you weren't grounded, but I don't know, it's just kind of like your mind just being off somewhere else, even as something's going down, it's like you're literally not even paying attention, so your attention is elsewhere, whether you be distracted or, you're just not focusing on that particular thing because it's not important to you at the moment. Like there's different ways in which people can be aloof. So now it's like you are someone who is you're definitely someone who is present. Okay, let's just say that you're present. You're someone who is, more so, I wanted to say, I have to say this word, more so aggressive than not, but I feel like this has to do with you like advocating for yourself or defending yourself, or just what your position is or what your beliefs are. I feel like you used to allow kind of like things to happen, but I mean things can happen, but I just feel like you were just a bit passive. So now it's like when someone says something to you, it's like you're gonna defend yourself. You're not just gonna be aloof and just let anybody talk to you any type of way. Or if you're being treated unfairly, it's like you're gonna advocate for fairness. Okay, you're gonna advocate for honesty. You're gonna advocate for the truth as opposed to just unfairness or deception or abuse, manipulation, or you being subjugated. So that's just what I'm getting here. It's like you want fairness, you want clarity, and you're speaking up for that. So it seems like your haters were used to you like not saying things, not speaking up for yourself, not defending yourself. um I feel like there's some type of like there's something that you unlocked within yourself. This could just be you getting older, you changing, evolving, growing as a person and realizing that like you matter, your feelings matter, your thoughts matter. So I also feel like you are someone who could be bullied by these haters because for some reason they're mad now that you're standing up, saying what you have to say, like being rooted and based in your own sense of truth and authenticity, as opposed to just like what other people think you should do or what other people try to manipulate you to do or to control you in a way. So yeah, some of you could even be like or have experienced like financial exploitation by these haters, or just people that your enemies or your opposition. um maybe they're used to like gaining favor with money, or they're used to like, you know, controlling people with money. And it's just like you're not someone that's easily controlled. It's like you have like a sense of morality within yourself. Like, you know, you have your own sense of integrity now. I just feel like you're trying to live in not only your truth, but you're trying to be based in the truth now. So yeah, your haters are definitely commenting on the fact that like you're standing up for yourself, you're defending yourself, you're not allowing anybody to treat you like you're a doormat, you're not allowing anybody to exploit you or try to deceive you um with money or even other like material, tangible, you know, assets. That's what's coming up here. Why are they saying this? Yeah, for you all, I think this has to do with like control, or people feeling like they could control you. It just seems like that dynamic is no longer persisting because your energy is different. Like your personality is changing, it's different. Like I said, you're not a doormat, people can't walk all over you. So I just feel like for some of you all, you could have been like a black sheep, or you could have been like a scapegoat, whether this was in your any communities that you're a part of, or even in the family structure in which you grew up. um Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan. But yeah, so you're not the scapegoat anymore. You're not the black sheep anymore. Like you're not the doormat anymore. So I feel like these haters are just feeling the loss of that, because it's like now they have to focus on themselves. They don't have someone to blame, or they don't have someone's inadequacies to focus on. Someone else's inadequacies. It's like they have to kind of focus on themselves. Um, so yeah, I just feel like you were the scapegoat, or you were like the person that was being bullied, or like these haters were bullying you, and it's like they don't have anybody to pinpoint or to direct their anger at, or their insecurities, or their own personal inadequacies. Like there's no one else that they can pinpoint. Now they have to like focus on themselves and internalize it, like that pain. um yeah, similar to another sign, it's like you're exercising your boundaries as well, like, and you are basically just trying to empower yourself by not being so like emotionally reactive with these people, or this person. It's like you're in control of yourself, and you're not allowing someone else to kind of like walk all over you, like I said. Yeah, like your haters pretty much like they just don't have anybody that they could choose somebody else, because that's typically what these people do anyway. But it's like they're just realizing that it's like you're doing what's best for yourself, which is not allowing yourself to be bullied, or not allowing yourself to be like ran over. It's like you're doing the best thing for yourself, and they're also realizing, and it's sad to say, but I think they're understanding that they're gonna get their karma as well for the ways in which they have treated you. You know, for the ways in which they have treated you. Some people don't care about karma, but I feel like these haters are well aware that, like, dang, like they gotta get their karma some way. Um, yeah, they're gonna get their karma some way. Um, yeah, that's sad for them. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. Like, oh well, too bad, so sad. I think you all are also gonna get some like opportunities from the universe. Like you all are gonna be blessed as well. And I just think it's because it's like you dealt with so much like suffering or pain at the hands of these haters. But you didn't necessarily allow it to like change you in a negative way. If anything, you just are speaking up for yourself, which is what I feel like you should have been doing. You're doing right by, you know, you're doing right for yourself, if that makes sense. So yeah, I feel like you should definitely be looking forward to some blessings from the universe for just doing a good job, like doing what you were supposed to do, like not allowing people to, you know, walk all over you, like standing up for yourself. um yeah, so what is influencing them to talk about this? I mean, these people, like these haters, they're highly insecure. Okay, they're highly insecure. I feel like they bullied you because you, even though it's like, even though they may have thought that you were empowered at a certain point in time, that didn't mean that. And even though you were being passive, it didn't mean that you were like a weak person. I don't think you were necessarily weak. I just feel like you had to find your own voice. I mean, you had to gain a level of confidence in understanding that, like, what's the worst that can happen if you speak up for yourself, or you start to protect yourself. I feel like you realize like nobody was going to save you, so you had to step up and save yourself. um but yeah, these individuals that are hating on you, like they're not able to be, their true self, and I feel like that's why they bully you. Because there was like, at least within you, a semblance of, you being who you are as a person, whereas it's like these people are like highly insecure, have a low sense of self-esteem, and that's why they're having issues with like resolving that they can no longer step on you, or that you're going to speak up, you're going to defend yourself. They have issues with resolving that. um because it's like their subjugation of you is like what made them feel better about themselves, and it's like now that they don't have power and control over you, it's like they feel powerless. So that's crazy. That's crazy. In a way, it's like you kind of show them just how inadequate that they really actually truly are. um so yeah. Oh, you're from Brazil? That's what's up. Adden Nelson. Yeah. Um yeah, as far as like with your haters, like I feel like you've definitely ghosted these people. Like you said what you had to say, and once you did that, like that was it. You kind of like equalized the situation. Like you're not really involving yourself with these people anymore because it's toxic. So I feel like that's something that's that's something that's just being discussed as well. Like they're talking about the fact that you're not around. I also heard like you don't come around anymore. So these haters could have been people that were very close to you. Like I mentioned black sheep, I mentioned family, so some of you could have actually estranged yourself from your family. And they're feeling the loss of you no longer being around, and them not being able to have control over you. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're kind of like outside of these people's grasp, and that's what they're commenting on as well. Like they need to find somebody else to bully, or somebody else to put down. So they could just be bullying each other, especially if this is a group of people. They're kind of like everybody's turning on each other type of thing, as opposed to like looking within. And um yeah, they just, at this point, they just have to find somebody else to gain some type of supply from, as far as with like bullying and trying to uh as and them also trying to gain some type of power and control. So it seems like this is like a win or lose type of environment where somebody has to be the loser, and it was supposed to be you, but you're not in that position anymore. So yeah, that's it for Libra. Oh, thank you so much, Michael. Thank you so much, Michael Ellis. Thank you so much. But yeah, Libra, if you are into the arts, if you're an artist, entertainer, creative, a poet, anything along those lines, just keep expressing yourself, keep doing what you have to do, because you definitely have some incoming opportunities because of that, because of what you're focusing your time and energy on, especially if it's your arts, your hobbies, things that you love to do. Okay, next we're gonna move on to Aquarius, but I need to get something to drink. I need some of my energy drink. and some water. Then we're going to move on to Aquarius. Aquarius, your timestamp is going to be 1/14/30. Aquarius. All right, Aquarius, what are your haters saying about you? All right, what are your haters saying about you? What are they commenting on? That is definitely true, Michael. Michael says we have to learn to be alone and love ourselves before we can love someone else. That's true, Michael. That's true. That's definitely true. That's true. Okay, so yeah, your haters are a bit upset that you are they looking at you as a perfectionist, because I just heard here goes Mr. or Mrs. Perfect. Okay, Little Miss Perfect or Little Mr. Perfect. Like they're kind of commenting on that as well. So it seems like your haters thrive in disarray and chaos, but you are someone, you need like order, you need structure, you need things to be organized. Um, that's just what you need. Like you don't like chaos is what I'm picking up here. Like things can literally not be all over the place. Like things have to make sense. Everything has its own place. Like I'm kind of picking up that. Some of you all could even be borderline OCD, okay? And maybe some of you are living with that. But I just feel like everything has its own particular and specific place. Um, so that could be just within your life in general, you know, relationships, like each relationship serves a different purpose. This could even be with your work, like you just like to keep things organized, or you like your home to be in a certain way. Or you could just be a traditional person, like you do how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you like to be organized in one area of your life, like it's gonna show itself in other areas as well. But yeah, I'm just picking up like Little Miss Perfect, like Little Miss or Little Mr. Perfect. So yeah, they're upset because they're upset because it's like in a way it seems like you have everything together. Like you always have everything together. Um and you're also good at what it is that you do. So wherever you are, you could be the best at that thing, or just even over time, it's like you become better. So this could be within a school environment. I'm just picking up education here, or even with like skill attainment, or like you're learning some type of trade or something, or you could be in some type of like training program, you know, right now. So yeah, people are just looking at your skill level and abilities, and it seems like because you do things in a step by step, like traditional way, is working out positively for you. But yeah, they just think you're kind of like a know-it-all as well. That's what your haters are saying. Like, there's no denying that you're good at what you do because you actually put the time in, but they're not gonna talk about that. Okay, it's like it's a given, it's a given. Like we know that you're putting the time in. We know that if this is a skill, you're practicing it, or if this is with school, it's like you're actually studying. You know, it's like you're that person in class that like you're just the smart kid. Okay, you're the smart kid. You're the skilled kid. Like it's just you. Okay, like you literally could be the teacher's pet, and this is people hating. Okay, this is people hating because you actually do your work. You actually study. Like so that's what it is. It's like there's no denying it. They can't say, oh, you have some type of unfair advantage or something like that. It's like you're not really doing anything that anybody can't do if they're not dedicated to it. So I just feel like it's a certain level of dedication and time that you put into what you're doing. So wherever you are in whatever environment, it clearly seems like you're the best. Okay, the creme de la creme. That's just what I heard. And people know what exactly is needed to be that, but I just feel like they're not willing to do that, but you are. So they're just calling you a perfectionist. Like Little Miss Perfect, like you always have everything together, and it's like that's because you choose for it to be that way. You know? I just heard that song by Carrie Hilson. Um I think it's called Pretty Girl Rock, where she just be like, don't hate me. She keeps saying, like, don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Like, basically, it's just saying, like, in that song, is like, she just who she is. And why are you hating on her? Like, you know? So I'm kind of like picking that up where it's just like, you're just doing what is necessary. You're doing what is required. And people just hating. Like, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, what can I do? I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do. Like that type of thing. Yeah. Yo, that's funny. Okay, so why are they saying this? Why are they saying this? Yeah, I just feel like you're a traditional person. Like you do what works. It's like if it's something that works, like you're gonna just repeat that same process again. Like that's what I'm seeing here. And I feel like you just understand like one of the things that you need to win is to be organized and for things to make sense. Like, so I'm just picking up on some like because we're in the air signs, we're in Aquarius. But I'm just picking up like Virgo energy where it's just like you're methodical, like you're following a process and you're being consistent because you're following that same process every single time and it's giving you the result that you want. You're doing what works. Like you're doing what works. Like so like that's what they hating on. They're hating on the fact that you're literally doing what works. You're repeating a process that works and you're blocking out any other idea, any other thought, so you're kind of like being conventional in your own way, you're being conventional in your own way and it's working. And you're blocking out the thoughts and opinions of other people, and you're just kind of being rooted in what you know to be true in your process, in your tradition. Like you're repeating the process. Yeah, it's giving you the results that you want. I feel like you're achieving success kind of back to back in your own way. Like if this is you being the teacher's pet, it's like you're still the teacher's pet. It's like if this is you being the best of your community, it's like you're the best of your community. It just is what it is. Like you continue to keep achieving, you're glowing. Um your energy is good, you're optimistic, you're also confident because you found a way that works. I think that, these haters are still trying to figure it out. And I just heard throwing spaghetti at the wall. And it's also the idea of insanity is like doing the same thing and expecting a different result. Fortunately for you, you are doing the same thing and expecting the same results, which is success, like and achievements. Okay. Um, that's what it is. It's like you're not really confused about what to do to get what you want. You're not confused about it. I think these haters are a bit confused. Like I said, it's like they don't really know what to do. And they're looking at you as if you have some cheat code or you have some type of hidden information um, that like you're not willing to share. And to be quite frank and honest, I feel like if you were approached with the right energy, you wouldn't be upset about, just telling others what your own personal process is and how you continue to keep winning or how you remain on top. I'm just kind of getting like you're just number one or like first in your class, that type of thing. And they just want to know. But I feel like you wouldn't mind, sharing. It's like you wouldn't mind being open and honest, like and helping to, just quell some of this confusion that they're experiencing in their own life, but maybe they too afraid to ask, you know? And some of these haters too, is like they want you to fail. Like they want you to fail. They want you to lose. Yeah, for some of y'all, this does have to do with school. I think that you all are going to be like promoted to becoming like a teacher. You're going to be promoted to becoming like just like an authority figure, a voice, an influencer, like someone who is looked up, like people are going to look up to you. Okay. Like you're going to be in some type of leadership position. You're going to be in a position to like share your knowledge, you know, to share your truth. You're going to be in that type of position. And it's like, um, yeah, these people want you to fail. They want you to fail. They don't want you to be where you are. Because in a way, it's like you're gonna. They think it like you have an advantage over them. Um, in which I feel like you do because you keep winning. You know. But yeah, they want you to fail pretty much. They don't want you to reach a certain status or a certain level in which you could potentially put them to shame. But I just feel like you go about something in a very traditional way and they just don't get it. They don't get it. They want to know, but they can't bring themselves to ask. Like, you would share that knowledge, and I feel like you're going to be in a position to do so. Like you're going to be in a position to where you are communicating your thoughts, your opinions, you know, your ideas, the things that you know to be true, based off of your experiences, and being consistent, you know, committing to doing the same thing over and over and over again. um, you know, you're going to be in a position to actually like share those opinions. So that's crazy. They just don't want you to, you know, in a sense, become a teacher or some type of like leader or authority figure over them. But I think that's something that's gonna naturally happen. That's something that's naturally gonna happen. Um, you know, the crazy thing is I just think it's just like you're just flowing with like what is. I feel like you know yourself. Like you know what your strengths are and you know what your weaknesses, but you know what the challenges are that you experience. And I feel like you're focusing on your strengths, you know, but at the same time, you're addressing those challenges as well. But you know what I'm saying? It's like you're leaning into your strengths and using your strengths to the best of your ability. So there's like a resourcefulness that's going on here. And I'm picking up like the magician energy. So it's like a resourcefulness, like you know what you have, so you know what you're working with. Okay, you know what you have. And you also know what your weaknesses are or your challenges are. So you're willing to, you know, address them, do what you have to do. But yeah, these people are talking about you because they don't really know themselves like that. You know, they don't really know themselves. They haven't really taken stock or taken inventory of, you know, their strengths, their weaknesses, um, you know, things that they do well and things that they don't do as well at. Like, so they don't actually really know what to improve upon or what to continue to foster, you know. So yeah. Yeah, they don't really know who they are as people. I feel like you have a good idea of who you are. Um, like I said, so yeah. And they're also people who are very like limited with their imagination. And I just feel like what I just heard was dare to dream. So I feel like you're a dreamer, but you're also someone who is taking like actual, like grounded and like practical steps to bring about a particular desired result or outcome, which is to win, to succeed, to achieve, you know? So, yeah, like these people, they're not really dreamers like that, you know? And I feel like that's just why you keep, you know, achieving things because you set your mind on a particular goal or something you want to accomplish and you use that same process that you used to win previously. Is like you keep following that same process. You're being very consistent in that way. It's like everything you do is perfect. Like everything you do is perfect. Like all of your work is just high quality. Okay. Like people, these haters, they're definitely trying to come for you because they feel like, oh, you're little miss perfect. Like they're trying to say that there must be other things that you do like behind the scenes that you don't really want people to know about. Like they feel like you do bad things, like they feel like you're toxic, or they feel like you might really be doing drugs, or you know, you might really be an alcoholic, or they just feel like you know, you're fake, or there's something else behind that persona that you try to, you know, pretend as though you're perfect, but you're not. So yeah, they're basically trying to come for you. They're trying to say that like, um you know, you have like a facade or persona that's not really true. Like there's something else going on behind that. They feel like you have a mask or something, or you're deceptive, you know. That's what they feel like. That's what they're talking about. um Let me see what else they're saying. um what else are they saying? What else are they saying about you? um I feel like what else they're saying about you is that, yeah, pretty much is like your haters, like they actually are like low key inspired by you. They're inspired by you, but they're having a hard time being able to tell you, you know, because they feel like that would kind of like, I feel like it seems like these people are a bit proud, so they just don't want to humble themselves and make it seem like you're above them or something like that. But they actually really do admire you. Some of them actually wish they could tell you, but they feel like they can't, because maybe you would get even more like proud, and you know, and be even more like, they just feel like that would in a sense like put them beneath you, you know, or you would feel like you're above them because they're coming to you for something. But unfortunately, like, I mean, yeah, they could be as proud as they want to be, but I definitely do see that you're going to be elevating and being like a leader, whether it be a thought leader or whether it be like just, you know, the things that you accomplish put you in that state, like you're someone who has knowledge and expertise, and you're going to be called upon to share that thing. So they're going to get the information regardless, is what I want to say. But let me go ahead and move on. I don't know what y'all talk about, but okay. I like the fact that y'all are conversing with each other. Michael, you put a lot of emojis in the chat. I'm just like, I don't know what y'all talking about, but all right. It's okay with me. It's okay with me. I've learned my lesson of letting y'all have conversations and just minding my business. I've learned. Let's go ahead and move on. That's good. I had to go ahead and move on because I felt like I was talking a lot and kind of like not really wanting to repeat the same messages. But okay, y'all. So let's move on to Aries. No, I don't. Let's talk about I need scissors for my lashes. Don't play games with me. That's a lot, Michael. Michael. That's a lot. Okay? That's a lot. You asking for me to do a lot. Okay. Aries. Your timestamp is gonna be 1:33:15. I mean, Michael, if you need some guidance, then you can definitely get a personal. Okay, you say you serious, Michael? You have to get a personal. You gotta get a personal reading, and I can help you. I'll give you some guidance. All right, Aries, let's go. What are your haters saying about you? You said his read is wild. Oh well, yo, I've read some wild energies before. Okay, I've definitely read some wild energies, like in some of my picker cards. I used to be like, all right, y'all, I gotta wrap this shit up because this energy is wild. All right, so Aries. Okay, Aries. Aries. Aries, your haters are mad because it's like you're loved and respected literally for being yourself. For being yourself. Like, yo, if you are Aries and you ever thought like that there was a problem with you, like, I mean, you can have some issues, you know what I'm saying? But like as far as like with who you are as a person, it's like no, like you're well loved, you're well respected. Like people I feel like they just accept you because you're very transparent as far as like in what you want and the choices that you make. There's also like an air of like predictability about you. Like people know that you're going to be unpredictable. So it's like you're predictably unpredictable. Like people just know that, which is hilarious, but they love that. People love your personality. They feel like you're funny. They feel like you're humorous. Like your haters are basically watching how other people react and respond to you, and they hate it. Like they hate it because you're literally just saying what you have to say. You're being yourself. Um, some of y'all could be a bit loud. Like people know when you're in the room. And your haters, they be getting upset and mad about that as well because like the eyes are on you. You're confident, you're just bold, you're daring, you're risky. Some of the things you say could be out of pocket, but people love that also. And your haters just be mad because they just couldn't pull that off. They couldn't say what you say, or they couldn't be how you are. Like, I mean, if they wanted to, they could. That's what I'm getting. It's like if you wanted to be like that, you could be like that, but it's just a fearlessness that you just embody or you just exude. Your haters think that you're reckless, though. They feel like your mouth can be reckless, or they feel like some of the things that you do are a bit reckless, and a bit impulsive. And yet, it's like people still love you. It's like you can really do no wrong. You can do no wrong, which is hilarious. Yeah, it's just your style, your demeanor, the way that you communicate with others, the way that you treat other people is like you're just well loved and respected. I also feel like you're someone who is an innovator, like you're always doing something new. Um, so it's very similar to another sign that was unconventional. I forgot the other sign that I read. I feel like it was one of the earth signs. So someone who's also just like unconventional as well. You kind of just do things in your own way, sometimes in your own timing. Um, yeah, you're just yourself. You're yourself. And we're on Aries, so you can be emotionally reactive at times. Okay, you can definitely be emotionally reactive, but for some reason, it's like it doesn't work against you. So some of your haters could be saying like, "Oh, you're actually bratty. You're bratty, and for some reason, you just always get your own way. Like you're bratty. Like once you start complaining about something, it's like." Now everybody has to step aside and let you get your own way. So yeah, your haters are a bit upset about that. What I just heard was it's a song by Sarah Vaughan, okay? Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. So it's that type of thing here as well. So, you kind of just always get what you want, is what it seems like. Like people yield to you, people give you what you want, but your haters feel like you're bratty, and they just feel like in some ways you might get too emotional, or you might throw temper tantrums, and that's really the only reason why people give you what you want. But yeah, people just, it's kind of like one of those things where it's like you could do no wrong. So I mean, I'm not sure how you want to use that that piece of information like that I'm telling you. I feel like use it responsibly, and acquire things that you really want, or things that are going to benefit you and help to progress your life forward. So in some ways it's like you have the power of like manipulation, and like I've said that on this channel before. Like when it comes to business negotiations, like you're an entrepreneur, like you're out here, then yeah, sometimes you do gotta manipulate, things in your favor. Sometimes you do have to. But if this is manipulation at the detriment of another person and their well-being, then that's a problem. Okay, that's problematic. But yeah, so they're also saying that you are manipulative. You're manipulative here as well, so you could use like emotional manipulation to get your way. Okay, this just what your haters are saying. I'm just telling you what they're saying. Okay, that's all I'm saying. But they're definitely commenting on just your persuasion, your ability to just get what you want. Like you just have the ability to do that. So let's see what else they're saying. Yeah. Michael Pagano, I already did Gemini. Gemini was 43 minutes and 15 seconds. Hey, Elvin, Hope. Yeah, some of your haters could definitely be family members, Aries. So I'm just gonna let you know, like family members or people that you encounter in like really intimate settings. For some of you, your hater could actually be your partner. Your hater could actually be your partner, like your partner, like your romantic partner. Okay, your romantic partner. So for some of y'all, I'm just putting it out there. Okay, I'm just putting it out there. In its lightest vibration, they just feel like whatever you say goes. Okay, that's just how they feel. Like, oh, you always got to get your way, type thing. That type of thing. It is lightest vibration. It could be that. Okay. So I'm not trying to break up nobody happy home and relationships, but I'm just saying that's just what I see here. Um, but to be quite frank and honest, it's like your haters are definitely just talking about, yeah, it's just even more of a confirmation here of like how other people just love you. But they're also trying to say that you have a habit of like uh walking on other people or running over other people just to get your way. Or you sometimes don't really care about the group dynamics, just as long as you're the leader, just as long as you're first. um yeah, they feel like you could be a bit like self-absorbed, and that messes up the group dynamics. But they're also commenting on like how I think your haters, yeah, like I said, are people that's really intimate, like close to you, because they're even commenting on how like outsiders or the rest of the world could be obsessed with you, but they don't really know the real you. Like that's what these haters are trying to say, like, oh, they don't really know who you really truly are. Like, so they might feel like you're stunting or flexing for the gram, or you're flexing just to get like public approval from other people, like I said, that don't know you, or even people on social media. Like that's what they're trying to say. But if they really knew who you were as a person, they might not like you like that. Like that's what they're trying to say here. um but yeah, let me see what else they're trying to say about you. um let's see. Let's see. Okay, so they're trying to say that you are willing to do things at the expense of other people. That's what they're trying to say. Like, especially if you are working on your finances right now, then they might say that, oh, because like I said, manipulation isn't bad, but they might feel like, oh, you're manipulating things negatively. I'm kind of picking up like the 48 laws. Like there's one law where it's basically just like basically allow other people to do the work for you and you take the credit. So it's like they're trying to say that you tend to do things like that as well. That's what your haters are saying. Like especially if you have achieved some type of like success, or um like you're basically just like increasing your finances, or you're receiving opportunities. They're trying to say that like you're receiving these things off of the back of other people and other people's hard work. They just feel like you're not really putting in the hard work yourself. You're not actually doing the work is what they're trying to say. It's like you got other people doing things for you. um that's what they're trying to say as well. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like, yo, these people really hating. Like, they really are. Yeah, they're just trying to also say that like you're delusional, or you like you live in some type of la la imagination land. Where like they're basically trying to come for you and say and say like that the status that you have, or just the favor that you have, is what I'm trying to say. Like the favor that you have amongst people, they're trying to say that you don't deserve it. That's what they're trying to say here. um yeah, that's sad. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. Thank you, Junior. Hey, Juan. Hey, Casey. Elvin Ridge. I feel like I said hi, but if I didn't say hi, I'm gonna say hi again. Okay, so what about them is influencing their behavior? Uh I feel like this person or these people are not as proactive as you are. They're not as proactive as you are. Is kind of what I'm getting here. And they also aren't really in touch with who they are as people. I feel like these are people, or this is a person who prefers to like wear a mask, um, or they prefer to like just do different things, like wait for fate or destiny. Whereas it's like you're very proactive, like you're just gonna, take bold risks, like you're gonna take action. You're not just gonna sit there. Um, like you actually want to get to know people, or you want to express yourself, or you want to be transparent with who you are as a person. Like you're actually willing to put yourself out there. um Whereas it's like I feel like these people expect things to come to them, so they might like the opportunities that you're receiving, they might like be expecting those opportunities to come to them. um but they're not necessarily being proactive. So yeah, it's multi-layered here. It's like they're they're not putting themselves out there. They're not willing to, be themselves. So they're not necessarily, receiving, like I said, the opportunities that you're receiving, or, they don't have a certain type of clout or a certain type of popularity, especially if people are more familiar with who you are as opposed to them. It's like they're just kind of sitting, aimlessly, while like they're waiting for something to happen. They're waiting for something to pick up in their life, but it's not doing that. It's kind of like this is someone who would just try to rely on like faith and positive expectations, which there's nothing wrong with that, but you actually have to be proactive as well. Because I just keep hearing like faith without works is dead. So yeah, they're just hating on the favor that you have right now amongst others. People just really like you. They really do. Like, they really do. Um, yeah, I do think that whoever's hating on you is someone that you may have known since you were a child. Like I said, family is a thing here. Uh, the rest of you could just be like focusing on like your inner child needs. Maybe that's something that you needed to do, is to like actually be yourself, for one reason or another. Life has made you feel like you couldn't be yourself, and then eventually you just decided that, the best thing that you could do was to just do that. And I feel like you're trying to just regain all aspects of yourself that was lost, through life, through conditioning, through the experiences that you have had, So it's kind of like you're trying to put yourself back together again, is kind of what I'm seeing here. So yeah, they're really commenting on that. They're commenting on that. I guess that process that you're undergoing. And Yeah, I feel like you've distanced yourself or you've estranged yourself from this person or these people. I feel like if this was a relationship, like a love relationship that you were a part of, it's like you left that relationship to find yourself. Or if it was family, it's like you kind of distance yourself from them, estrange yourself to like find yourself again, to focus on your own sense of self care. So, yeah, I mean, what they're trying to say is like you're selfish, or you're just trying to put yourself over everyone else. But I mean, if you're likable, you're lovable. I don't know what else, like what can you do? I really just feel like maybe these haters should focus on, like, recovering all aspects of themselves that have been lost. I just think you're doing right by your inner child, which is to just be yourself, to be confident in being yourself, and you're actually being loved for being yourself. Like, that's good. You're being respected for being yourself. Like, yeah, so that's what I'm getting here, Aries. Yeah, like these people are literally still questioning themselves or questioning their purpose. I feel like you're taking steps in the positive direction. And once you understand what your purpose is, once you're confident in who you are as a person, it's like you're unstoppable. Like there's nothing that can stop you from achieving your goals, or, you know, putting yourself out there, or just being very like transparent, not being afraid to be yourself. Like, it's like once you're confident, it's really nothing that anybody can do. They can't hold you back. They can't stop you. They can't do anything. Juan, I did Aquarius already. The Aquarius timestamp is 1 hour, 14 minutes, and 30 seconds. So 1:14:30. Dominant man. I'm doing well. How are you today? And Lois. Hi, Lois. I didn't say hi to you. Yes. Thanks for sharing the timestamp again in the chat. You're welcome, Juan. Y'all make sure to put some hearts in the chat for Cha Cha. Let me go ahead and put some hearts in the chat. This is me. Uh-huh. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to Leo, because Leo was just the next one out. All right, Leo, your timestamp is going to be 1:51:45. 1:51:45. Leo. Leo. I hope I'm doing well on time, y'all. Because I feel like I kind of been talking a lot. Casey, we already did Aries. Yeah, the next one after Leo is going to be Sagittarius. All right, Leos, what are your haters saying about you? Okay. Okay. You're artists and you take your craft serious. Okay. Yo. Okay. Yeah, so basically, it seems like you all are either, it's like you're in the process of like strengthening your intuition, is what it seems like. It's like you're leaning more into your spiritual practices or what your own personal beliefs are. I feel like you all could even be like trying your best to not just like protect your energy per se, but it's like just protecting yourself. Like, you're not going to certain places and really trying to mix with the same types of people. It seems like you're very passionate about like just changing your life, but not like, oh, it's changing your lifestyle, like, oh, financially. I just think it's like changing your daily habits, your daily habits, the places in which you frequent, or the people that you share your energy with. Like, I'm just not really picking up like it's a esoteric thing that's going on. Um, Even though it is something here with spirituality, but I think it's more so of like you're focused on your mundane, everyday, day to day type of, physical 3D reality. Like that's just what you're focused on. It's nothing like extraordinary. It's nothing special. It's like I just think that you're just trying to like just embody, just it's just different habits on a daily basis. So it's like if you're used to distracting yourselves with particular types of people, it's like you're choosing to not distract yourself. Maybe you're locking in on, a particular stream of income or something that you love to do, especially if you're an artist. Like I said earlier, you're an artist and you take your work seriously. So I just think your focus is changing. Okay, your focus is changing, and it's like your haters can see this. Like, and I just think it's little subtle differences that are happening. It's subtle differences that are happening. Is what I'm seeing here. It seems like you all could be living more in your purpose as well, or like you're delivering like harsh and tough lessons, and maybe your haters don't necessarily want to experience this. So I'm just picking up on like mirroring. So I feel like the processes that you're undergoing, yeah, it's simple, it's easy, it's day to day, but I feel like some of these haters of yours are people that you're mixing with, and they're a bit upset because they can see how your mindset is shifting, or how things are changing or transitioning for you. Maybe it is that you're doing something important and it's causing you to have to lock in, so you can't actually be distracted. um but I also feel like your haters are a bit like leery about like what like what or what you can suss out or what you can figure out. um I feel like you've been spending more time with yourself, so it's like you're getting a good idea, you're understanding and having a good idea of like what is your energy and what's not. So you're kind of like exhibiting, like I said, those boundaries. That's taking it back to the protection message. you know it's like when you spend time with yourself and then you start interacting with other people, and then it's just like you're experiencing other feelings, thoughts, emotions. You just kind of understand that like, oh, these aren't actually my thoughts, feelings, or emotions. This is just the energy that I'm picking up on from this other person. So you already know if you're experiencing peace and someone comes around and things become very dramatic and chaotic, like, it's not you. Okay. So it's not you. You can't really take accountability for someone else's emotions. Um, but yeah, I just feel like your haters are people that you used to mix with, and they're just seeing like these little changes in your mindset. I keep hearing mindset shifts, or even in your perspectives, how you see things, what you feel like is true to you, even like a sense of wisdom that you are experiencing from your, no, a sense of wisdom that you are acquiring from your experiences. So you may be drawing, different conclusions um than these haters are, or you have the ability to look at things a little more deeper and to find the purpose in things. So I'm kind of seeing that as well. I just feel like something's changing. Like something inside of you is changing. It's an internal change. Okay, it's an internal change. And I also feel like y'all are connecting more so with your purpose. So people are really just like kind of like questioning, I feel like, what you're spending your time doing, and I feel like there could be a lot of like false narratives or false like stories that are put in place, because there's like an air of like mystery here. It's kind of like, and that's actually, it's funny because there's typically a black cat that's depicted on, the archetype that's associated with Leo in the tarot, which is the Queen of Wands. So I'm just kind of getting that like black cat energy as well. Like there's like a mystery here as well, because it's like your day-to-day habits are changing. Other people are noticing this. You're not as distracted as you used to be. So there's a lot of questions surrounding like what you could be doing. So I feel like your haters are, just bringing forth a lot of false narratives about like what is actually going on with you. Hi, Miley. Hey, Black Moon. I keep hearing like when Kendrick was like in TV off, when Kendrick was like, what he say? Like, he said, I'll cut my granny off if she don't see it how I see it. Okay, so I just feel like you are seeing things a bit differently now. Like you're understanding things a bit differently. And I feel like your haters could be a bit upset about that. Like that could be causing issues or disagreements in conversations. So you could find that happening where it's like your conversations aren't really like as smooth as they used to be. They're kind of conflictual a little bit with these people that you could be communicating with, because it's like y'all don't necessarily see things the same way, you don't agree on things the same way, or you just have a completely different perspective now. So you could experience some issues with that. you know you could experience some issues with that. Yeah, so your haters, I feel like you're a part of some type of community where there's like similar beliefs, like a similar belief system. Some of y'all could, your family could be hating on you. Like this could be family or even people that you live with. If this is a roommate, even if this is your partner, your husband, um, some of y'all could be facing an actual divorce because of this, because it's like you're seeing things differently than how your partner is seeing, and it's causing some issues with like the group dynamics, or there's a lack of like cohesion or teamwork between the both of you because your daily habits are now changing. So some of you, I feel like, could be experiencing like issues with connections, issues. I feel like these haters are people you're in relationships with. Okay. Like I don't think it's just random people or strangers for Leo. But yeah, um basically what I want to say here is like you have different set of beliefs now, and you have a different set of views. And it's like, you know it seems like conversations, like I said, in communication could be a bit like weird, because it's like you have a certain level of clarity or wisdom that these people don't, and it's like they can't respect it because it's outside of the norm of what usually happens. Maybe you're used to kind of being in agreement with other people, but now it's like you have to agree to disagree. And it seems like these haters are not used to a certain level of pushback, or someone having a different opinion that's outside of the norm. Like, so your haters could be saying that like you having to speak your truth, or you having to, you know your level of like discernment or your perception, they just feel like it's outside of the norm, and it's messing up the dynamics. Like it's there's an issue on being able to compromise with you, because it's like you are standing firm in what your opinions, thoughts, and beliefs are. How you see things now, like how you are experiencing your day-to-day life now, like it doesn't work out with them. So there could be issues, like especially if this is a relationship, um like a family relationship, or even like just someone you're married to, you're involved with romantically, intimately. Is like the relationship could definitely be on the rocks, because it's like you're a different person, so the relationship is not necessarily evolving with who you are becoming. You're just seeing things differently now. um but yeah, let's see. Yeah, it's like your haters are basically just talking about they're just talking about how like you're being very confident, you're being very bold, like you're just saying what you have to say, and you don't really care if they like it or not. So in the past you could have definitely been someone who would go along to get along, but you're not really doing that right now. um you're kind of just speaking your speech, and you're letting it be known. You're very self-assured in what you're talking about. You're very passionate and serious about what you're talking about, as far as how you feel, how you think. And Yeah, it just seems like there's, because what I heard was like an acquired taste. So I just feel like, maybe I'm just getting that like your mindset is like it's evolving, like things are evolving for you. It could be also because you've experienced more of the world, or some of you could be learning about other cultures, or you could just be actually well traveled. You talk to a lot of different types of people. You're just cultured. So now you see something differently. It could be that these haters are people that only really know one way. Or they're people that have stayed at home. They're not people that really like to get out in the world, or they don't really understand like diversity. Like it's just the aspect here of like people who just remain, I feel like, stuck or in a certain place where it's like you are more so interested in like learning about new things or like expanding your mind. So that's what I see going on here as well. But yeah, they're just commenting on your sense of independence right now. And you just like kind of standing firm on the information that you are acquiring. You all could be very focused on like education or just learning information that, like I said, makes your physical and 3D reality and experience better than what it has been before. For some of you, this could have to do with finances, but I just feel like you're just gaining a new perspective on the world, or of your world, of society. Like that's kind of what I'm getting here. And yeah, I feel like your haters are people that are like around you, but they're kind of like deciding if they should like let go of dealing with you or not. I just think it's like you're too different now at this point in time. It's like you're just too different, and it messes up the group dynamics because it's like you're not the same person. Like you've evolved, so you've kind of like outgrown these haters, or outgrown these relationships. Like you've outgrown it. Yeah, so pretty much what's influencing, these things that are being said about you. I feel like what's influencing these things are like it's just taking it back to these haters kind of being stuck. And I also feel like they're people that tend to like procrastinate on, making important changes that are necessary for their own growth, for their mindset shift. Um, it's kind of like they tend to procrastinate on these things. Like, I guess they think that, life is going to naturally change these things for them. I don't know what they thinking, but yeah, I'm just picking up that like they're not as proactive as you are, or they're kind of like people who have like just an inability to be like flexible and adaptable with like learning new information. So they're not actually growing. It's kind of like who they are is who they could potentially always be if they don't open themselves up to learning more information or diversifying themselves. um let's see what else here. Let's see what else is here. um yeah, I just think that, I mean, I feel like these haters, like whoever is hating on you, is kind of like they are, they're kind of used to keeping up appearances, but I feel like you've outgrown them and changed so much that they can't keep up with you. Like they can't keep up with your growth. They can't keep up with the transitions that you're making in life. They can't keep up with it. It's like you're on your own personal journey, but it's like they're internalizing that as it being something wrong with them. I just think that they're wanting to keep a certain type of relationship going, but because you've outgrown it, it's like they can't really control or direct or guide the relationship where they want it to go because you're too much of a free thinker and you're too much of a free spirit now. Um, yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting here. It's like you're just a free spirit now. Like, yeah. Hey Kim. Um, but yeah, Leo, I feel like that's what I have for you. Like, I feel like that's what I have. That is what I have. I hope it made sense. I definitely hope it made sense. I think something that like you're gonna realize as well is like even if um you've outgrown like specific people or relationships, is like you definitely will, you know, meet others that are going to be able to identify with where you are. So it's kind of like if you've outgrown relationships, you might be lonely for a second, but you gonna end up meeting others that, you know, think how you think, and you can develop relationships with those people and develop your own community or your own, you know, sense of belonging. But I just think that some of these haters are left out because it's like your mindset is shifted, or you just don't see the world the same anymore. But let's move on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, your timestamp is going to be 2 10 2 10 15 is going to be your timestamp. So I need some water. All right, Sagittarius, 2 10 15. All right, Sagittarius. What are your haters saying about you? Okay, Sagittarius. Give me 1 second. Okay. So yeah, they're definitely talking about your kind of like your hustle, your grind, what you're doing for money. That's what they're talking about. And they're also talking about just how I'm kind of getting that like you're also very persuasive as well. Sagittarius, like it's not really hard for you to um what do I want to say? I feel like y'all could be entrepreneurs, or like you just have your own thing going, and it's like, or you even have your own personal brand. So even if you are a product, because I just heard I am a job. So I feel like, you know, you tend to gain a lot of like money or favor, but it's based off of you and your own personal brand. So it's based off of your personality, maybe even the things that you find interesting, the things that you find to be funny. I'm kind of picking up influencer vibes here as well. And some of you could even be like a comedian. Some of y'all could even be a comedian. Like that's something that you do. Um, So people are coming for you. They feel like you don't really take life as serious. And even though you don't take life as serious, it's like you're always kind of getting what you want as well. So it seems like these haters are people that feel like they might have to struggle for everything, but you tend to get things with ease, or you tend to get things with not as much like resistance. So I feel like you could be practicing like some type of like emotional detachment. Like, yeah, you're working towards your goals, but it's like you're not putting pressure on yourself. In some ways, you believe um, you have like maybe a subconscious belief that like you deserve it, so things kind of come naturally to you. It's giving like lucky boy or lucky girl syndrome, so that's what I'm picking up here as well. um so yeah. Yeah, it's just funny because it's like people feel like you're not that funny. So like when you be telling jokes and just being yourself, people just be looking at you like it's not that interesting. Like you're not that funny. Like you're not that cool. Like you're not that, like that's what they be saying. But the funny thing is like you actually are. And I really do think that, keep going. I feel like you all could really just get paid for being yourself. That's what it seems like. It's like you literally just getting paid for being yourself. Like but yeah, people don't really see the hard work that is going on beneath the surface with you. They just kind of think that you just kind of get anything or things are just handed to you. So they could be hating on your popularity and status here as well, which was similar to another sign. Similar to another sign. Um, yeah. Your haters are also talking a lot about how you don't listen either. It's like you're always being defiant or you're going against someone or you're just really not trying to listen. Like you're always doing things your way. But it still be working out. Like that's the crazy thing about it, which is similar to another sign as well. I think it was one of the earth signs. Um, you would say you so spot on, but I would laugh. They best out they boxers. I'm done. I'm done. Um, but yeah, people are just yeah, the haters, I feel like they're just commenting on just the fact that like things are a bit easier for you. But I don't think it's just easy. Like I see that you have to put in work. Like I see that you are someone who is very serious about, yourself, you're serious about life. Um you're kind of one of those people that is like regardless of it, they're being haters, is like they actually really do love you because they're watching you, they're invested in you. They just don't really want to admit it. These could also be haters similar to another sign that want to put obstacles in your way, or they feel like you should be experiencing just as many challenges as they are. Um, they feel like you shouldn't be experiencing what you are experiencing. Like you shouldn't be as far as you are or further ahead. So I feel like they perceive you to be further ahead than them. um but yeah, they just think things should be harder for you and they're not. Like they're not. So that's why I'm just getting like these are people who have to struggle for everything, or they just have some type of like subconscious belief that they don't deserve things, that they have to struggle. And it's like for you it's the exact opposite. um I just heard that song. It's a song by Mary Mary. It's a song by Mary Mary and it's called The God in Me. And in one of the lyrics, the lady, she's singing and she just like, what is it you think you see when you see me? You don't know how much I prayed. Like you don't know how much I gave. So it's just like these people don't really know everything that you've done, like behind the scenes, behind closed doors. They don't really know all of the work that you've done. Maybe you've been doing some manifestation work here as well, or just listening to affirmations or subliminals. They really don't know like what you've done. They just kind of see you now and they're just kind of like hating on that. But yeah, this definitely is similar to another pile as far as like popularity and favor. You said being a Jupiter baby, so lit, we lucky. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely true. Like that's definitely true. Yeah, so you just have to be careful. Like these people that are hating on you, um they want this to, they want this to stop. They want you all to face some type of disaster that, sets you back. They want to continue to put like more roadblocks and challenges in your way, because they could sense that, you are someone who's nearing success. Like you are someone who is literally right at the end. So you could be trying to accomplish a very big goal here. And it's like you're literally right at the end. But it's like these haters want you to experience struggle and challenges so that you fail, or so that you experience some type of disaster, or so that your plans are uh, what is it that I want to say? Your plans are destroyed, or you experience some type of like destruction. So, or some type of like crisis, or some type of chaos. So yeah, or even some type of hardship as well. So yeah, this is bad. It's like your haters want you to fail in a sense, and like knock you back to the beginning or something, or just knock you down a few pegs is what I heard as well, so that you have to like start over. Yeah, your haters, like, they're kind of plotting and scheming on ways that they can kind of like stop or block your progress, ways that they can try to get you to like compete, to try to get you to argue, to try to get you to like experience some type of struggle or some type of tension. um I just feel like, similar to the other piles, is given that like you're unbothered, or you're just trying to overlook the drama, but it seems like they're trying to like include you in some type of like drama where you have to like stand up for yourself, or where you have to compete, um or you have to kind of like go through them or something. um but it's like you're defiant. You're defiant, so it's like you don't feel like you have to go through anybody to get what you want, is kind of what I'm seeing here as well. um yeah, your haters want you to compete or to argue, so that you have to question your own sense of self-worth and esteem. So it's kind of like they want to drag you down into the mud. And I know that comes up in my life, in my lives. And I'm just like, what is that saying? It's like they want you to roll around in the mud with them like pigs. Okay. That's what they want you to do. But yeah, it's like they want you to like just be insecure. That's what they want you to do. They want you to be insecure. Um, they want you to just not have a good sense of self by trying to like include you in drama, or just like putting roadblocks in the way that kind of like mess up your flow, or they like block your flow, is kind of what I'm getting, or blocking your movement. I also feel like they want to limit your range of mobility. So I would say be careful with some of these people. I feel like some of these folks could be trying to like investigate you or see what you're doing. So I would say try your best to like stay out of trouble. You know, some of these people is like they want you to like be restricted. So they might want you to like for real, like go to jail. So that's what I'm saying. Like don't fight, don't argue, don't do any of those things. They just want to put you in a space to where you feel like you physically cannot move, or you physically cannot expand, or like you mentally cannot do it. So yeah, don't fight, because they could be trying to cause some type of what I heard was ruckus, or just causing some type of issue that will like hem you up, you know, block you or stop you. Yeah, so you should be careful. Some of these people I feel like are even talking about doing like spell work to try to stop your progress or your growth or just your happiness. Um, so yeah, I would just say like do your best to avoid any type of conflicts. Okay, just do your best to avoid conflicts, because it just seems like someone trying to create drama or obstacles in a way to stop your growth. Yeah. If you're a mom, they're definitely talking about your your mothering skills. If you have a nice home, they're talking about your nice home. They're just kind of hating. They're hating on the nice things that you have, or the comfortable type of lifestyle that you are creating for yourself. That's what they're talking about. And they're also talking about the financial gain that you're experiencing because of you just being yourself, you know, which is crazy. I just think that you're someone who just does not want to be broke. So, you know, you just don't want to be broke. So that's happening. It's like, you know, never broke again type of energy. That's kind of what I'm picking up here. So yeah, they could be trying to investigate like how you're making your money to see if you're doing something shady here. So, you know, just be as detail oriented as possible. Like cross your T's and dot your I's and make sure you're not doing anything illegal. Okay, so why are they saying this? Well, point blank period, they're obsessed with you. I mean, they have nothing better to do but to watch you. Um these people are also obsessed with themselves as well. They're like really absorbed. So I think they're just kind of looking at you and like I said, how easily you're acquiring things, and they're kind of looking at themselves and they're like just kind of thinking, well, what is it that Sagittarius is doing that I'm not doing? So here they go, you know, feeling insecure. Um So yeah, you got to be careful with these types of people because I feel like they're trying to drag you down, and they're trying to hold you back, and they're trying to limit you, limit your growth. So you have to be careful with that. But yeah, quite frank and being honest, it's like they're definitely obsessed with you and are obsessed with what you have going on. Some of these people could even think that you are a bit narcissistic, like you trying to make everything about you. They're even looking at your the money that you're attaining, or just like if you are, like I said, hustling, like you're just trying to get it, you know, you just got to make it. It's like they're looking at that as well. And they might you know, assume that you're trying to be materialistic, or that you are materialistic, especially if you have nice things, or you like designer, or you just look nice. You know, they're trying to say that you're vain, you're superficial, and you're even narcissistic. But you know, the crazy thing is like if you do like to look good and like, you know, keep yourself up, like that's narcissism, but it's actually a healthier sign of narcissism, you know? So, you know, it is what it is. I mean, if you like the nice things and the finer things in life, like that's just what you like. But yeah, they're trying to say that you're materialistic. They could even be trying to say that you're a bit greedy. You're greedy, you know? And for some, like I'm gonna just tell you what your haters saying. They trying to say that you're not really acquiring all of this money, like for you just being you, or you're not acquiring fame and fortune from you just being you. Like they're trying to say that someone else is funding or financing your life. So that's sugar baby, sugar baby things. Or they're also trying to say that you could potentially even be like a gold digger as well. So I'm just telling you what they're saying, okay? So they're trying to say that your lucky boy or lucky girl syndrome thing that you have going on is false. I'm just telling you what they're saying. Don't go in on me, okay? Don't go in on me. Like, yeah. Hey, Corey Thompson. I do agree. Casey, I do agree. Like, it's okay to like nice things. Like, okay, it's okay to like nice things. I agree with that as well. Um, so yeah, I mean, in order to achieve what you have achieved, or to even feel confident enough to like put yourself out there to create your own personal brand, or to even just hustle, like to build your own, you know, your own nest egg is kind of what I'm getting here. Or even just building up your self-esteem and you know your own sense of self-worth is like, it's like you had to take a risk to do that. Okay, you had to take a risk. Like you could have just sat back and just been like everybody else, but I feel like you have to be your own person. And I mean, I feel like the haters are a bit upset because it's like you're very much so present based, and I feel like you're enjoying a better like you know presence. Like you're enjoy you're experiencing, you're having a better life experience. Like it's not something that you have to project out into your future. It's literally something that you're living right now, you know. So that's another thing I feel like that potentially, you know, it gets them upset. You know, it gets them upset. And yeah, another thing that's kind of getting them upset is the fact that like you're kind of in your own world right now. And I feel like you're just kind of, I think I said this already, it's like you're just locked in, but I feel like that was for Leo. I feel like you're locked in. You're not being as open with others. I'm kind of picking up like the Four of Pentacles energy, but it's not you being like selfish or stingy. It's just about you embodying a sense of empowerment through ownership, of knowing what you have created for yourself and being comfortable with, you know, just depending on yourself at this point in time, as opposed to being concerned with, you know, working with other people. So I think you're just independent right now and you're just kind of doing your own thing, and you're things are working out for you. I think things are working out so well because it's like you're just locked in with your own energy, and it's like you're not trying to concern yourself with others. But yeah, these haters are definitely watching you and they're obsessed. So I feel like you could be doing something on social media, just taking it back to like the personal brand channeling that I said earlier. You know, so I feel like this has something to do with your personality online, you know, so you could be finding success on the apps, you know, just making money. And yeah, you're doing your own thing right now. So yeah, you're just not really being too risky with people, even though you could be risky with like yourself and things that you choose to do so you can acquire more money. But as far as with other people, it's like you're not really being risky. You're being very cautious. You're not really jumping to want to collaborate with other people. Um, so yeah, your haters are kind of like on the outside looking in. That's why they're so obsessed. I feel like they don't have anything to do with what you have going on. Like what you have going on is very independent and it's individualistic. So that's why I'm getting Sagittarius. That is what I'm getting. Sorry, y'all. I'm reading for a bit too long. Okay. Sagittarius, y'all got a long reading. That's good, Casey. I'm definitely glad that it resonated with you, because I just have to read what I see. You know, that's really all I can do is read what I see. But yeah, you got to be careful with these haters because they're definitely trying to hem you up. Okay. Like some of y'all is really trying to get you arrested, you know. Like, what is that about? So I just hope you on the straight and narrow, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the water signs. I'm going to give you a second, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to give y'all a second to let me know. If not, I'm going to decide. Pisces, okay. All right, Pisces, your timestamp is going to be 20. No, why I say 20? 2 hours and 32 minutes on the dots. 2 hours and 32 minutes. All right, Pisces. I feel like I already cleared the space for the Florida water, but it's whatever. All right, Pisces. Pisces. What are your haters saying about you? Okay, we have self-esteem. Okay. I love that for you. Pisces, you must be feeling yourself. I just heard that song by Beyonce when she be like, I'm feeling myself. No, I think it's Nicki Minaj, right? I think it's Nicki Minaj featuring Beyonce or something like that. Feeling myself. Yes, Capricorn is 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. Yeah. Good for you, Pisces. Basically, like, you're finding like just your own sense of empowerment through like I said, increasing your sense of self-esteem or even your sense of self-worth. I feel like used to hold yourself back, which is crazy. I feel like you really used to hold yourself back, and that's sad and unfortunate because there's different reasons for why people tend to hold themselves back. Um, there's a lot of different reasons why, but I feel like just it seems like your haters, it seems like your haters are people that like kind of already went through the same the process that you're going through right now. I feel like it's like a coming of age process that you're going through where you're just realizing that it's like there's no reason to hold yourself back anymore. Um you should speak up, you should empower yourself, you should use your voice. So I just feel like you all are really yo, it's like you're really just saying what you have to say. So you could be taking a bit more risk in conversations and communication, like even telling people about themselves. And not trying to like ruffle feathers, but I do think that your truth and the way that you see things could potentially ruffle people's feathers. But you're just feeling confident and being able to like express yourself despite what other people might think. Because you're being truthful to yourself and you're not really trying to hold nothing back. Um, so I feel like people could just be looking at you right now, or like these haters are looking at you like, oh, you have something to say now, like, oh, you like. I'm just kind of picking that up. Where it's like, even in conversations, I feel like people would try to overtalk you, or people wouldn't listen to what it is that you have to say. They just never value your opinions or value your thoughts. But it's like now you don't really care. Like you're just gonna speak up. Like if it causes a confrontation or an argument, then okay, yeah, it just has to happen. Because what I just heard was there can't be peace without war. So I feel like what you do have to say isn't coming from a bad place. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily coming from a bad place. What I just heard is that you're doing the Lord's work. You're doing the Lord's work. So I feel like these haters are people that don't really want to hear the truth. You know, maybe there's some type of benefit um, to them remaining ignorant, or because what I just heard was ignorance is bliss. Maybe there's some type of benefit to them remaining ignorant or not operating within the truth. You know, sometimes people find it comfortable when they are just like operating in the dark, operating within, you know, wickedness and evil energy. But I feel like you are someone who's just bringing the truth to light. Like I just picked up like the sun's energy, where it's just like clarity to confusion, bringing truth to light. That's what I'm hearing as well. So yeah, I keep hearing that song. Can't tell me nothing. What Kanye is like, I'm just saying how I feel, man. Like I'm just saying how I feel. Like I feel like that's the type of attitude that you all are kind of embodying. Like I'm just saying what I gotta say. Like, you know, I feel like you were like a quiet observer at a point in time. Like you just never said nothing. You just kind of watch and observe, but now you're being very like ballsy with what you have to say. Like you're not really holding yourself back. It's kind of what I'm saying, seeing here. Even if you have to um you know, just hand deliver tower moments. You know, that's kind of what I'm getting here. So it's kind of like that Cali energy where it's just like, you know, you may just say something that disrupts an environment, or it disrupts a relationship, or it disrupts a community. So I'm just kind of picking up on like a disruptor type of energy. But I feel like you are like embodying that, like you're taking ownership over that. I feel like similar to another sign, you must have just went along to get along, or you were part of like paradigms, or you were part of like environments in which you were being forced to do that. But now it's kind of like you're just, like I say, hand delivering tower moments. um it's like I just heard somebody say, I just heard don't make me do it, but then it's like somebody has to do it. Like I just heard that, like when Kendrick said that, and what did he say that in? TV off? Like that song literally keeps popping up where he's just like, somebody had to do it. I just feel like it's you. Like I think you're stepping into a position of having to like be a mirror, or just having to kind of like dismantle people's delusional thinking or something. Like I'm just picking up on like a destructive type of energy, okay? Even though you are bringing, you know, the truth to the light, It's still very destructive. So yeah. Yeah, I think your haters kind of want to stay away from you because they know that you could say something that could potentially upset them or upset the environment. Similar to another pile, it's like you can upset the group dynamics, especially if it was built on superficiality or fakeness, or just not authenticity. Hey, Shanice. All right. Yeah, I was just kind of picking up on like business as usual. I think that these haters are kind of used to, like, it's just they're kind of used to things working in a particular way, so even if you said something that was like, even if you said something that was needed, or you brought, some information to light that, could even, you know, cause change, change or improvement. It's like these haters don't want to hear it. Cause I keep hearing business as usual. Like they want things to continue to keep developing, at the same rate, at the same pace, or in the same way as it always has been. So I feel like these haters don't really like that destructive or maybe even destroying type of energy that you have. Even if it creates a positive change, they don't necessarily like that. They don't necessarily like that at all. Like, I feel like your way is a better way. I feel like you try to advocate for a different way of doing things. I feel like you feel confident enough to like share your opinions or to share just the practical things that you do. Or even sharing like just logical thoughts, like rational thoughts. I feel like you could be very solution based, but like what you have to share or what you have to offer is a simple solution. But I just keep picking up like business as usual. So I think that your haters are also benefiting off of just the way that something has been going, or maybe even ways in which they have been enabled in a certain environment. So your way, like what you have to say, even though it could be the truth, it's actually stepping in the way of something that they are receiving. So yeah, that's kind of weird. Like for some of y'all, I feel like this can even have to do with like work or something, where it's like there's some type of like system that's in place and it's working, but you looking at the system and you're just like, okay, but if we did this in a different way, it would be more efficient. But for the person who has to make a decision and to say like, okay, we'll consider your opinion, is like that person is benefiting off of things kind of being fucked up, even though they know your way is better. They're benefiting off of, a fucked up system. That's all I could really say. Like, I don't know how else to say it. They're kind of benefiting off of things going in a particular type of way. Um, yeah. So I just keep hearing business as usual. Like, yeah, you and your opinions and thoughts just cause a lot of conflict. Like, even though your opinions, your thoughts could be right, like it's the right way. And it's also sad too because you just gained a sense of like confidence in being able to like speak your speech and say what you have to say, not care. It's like you really just gained that type of confidence. So I would say, like, don't be hard on yourself if you realize that people are not listening to your thoughts, opinions, or if people are trying to shoot down your ideas, even though it's practical, it's solution based, it could solve a problem, or it could change the entire dynamic positively. It's like, it's it's sad, but it's just like there's people benefiting off of things, you know, moving in a backwards way. It's like they're kind of benefiting off of how things are going. So even though your ideas are right, it's like, you're still not really going to be listened to. I feel like your advice is to connect with other people that think how you think or like doing things the same way that you like doing things. or just join other environments that, you know, will uh, accept your thoughts, accept your opinions. You know, I feel like you have to really do that, you know, or be in environments that like actually care about your truth, or, you know, how you see things. Cause I feel like you see things in a better way. And I know the word right is subjective, but I just feel like your ideas are better, or your ideas are, they make sense, or they would solve a problem, you know, like your ideas are beneficial. But I think these haters don't like that. So yeah, they don't like that. Sorry, y'all. I had some cards fall out on the ground, and now my deck is all messed up. So let's see. All right, let's see why they think this way about you. Like, why are they thinking this? It's just like they're trying so hard to resist your way. It's like your way could be a better way, like, but it's like they trying so hard to resist it. These haters, like, they just trying so hard. Um, yeah, so what I feel like is influencing them is, I just feel like these haters, or these people in this environment that you're a part of, is like they're just not willing to sacrifice, you know, something, whether it be a self-limited belief, a thought or idea, or even just like giving up and surrendering their pride and just being a lot more humble, and understanding that, okay, someone else has an idea, someone else has a solution, like, let's be willing to actually try this. It's like they don't want to, for some reason they feel like they're the leaders, or they should be the ones that you know, have the power and control to change things, and not really you. um so that's crazy. Yeah, and it's like they just don't want to give up a lesser way of being to try something new that could actually work. Yeah, they're just a bit egotistical. Like, they want to be the person to create change, but they're not necessarily ready or willing to do that. Is kind of what I'm saying here, seeing here, and saying. Yeah, this is just these, I feel like this is just a person, or these are the types of people that just like don't want to change, and they just want to like remain the same, and then they wonder why like things in life aren't necessarily working out for them, because they're not willing to embody a new, you know, way of being, or to think about something differently, or to become enlightened, or just developing another perspective. They're not willing to value your perspective, even though your perspective could be true. Your perspective could change the dynamic of an environment, of a community, of a relationship. You know, your perspective, your thoughts, your opinions, ideas could be exactly what is needed, you know, but it's like they're trying to silence your voice, and it's like you just develop your voice. Like, so that's kind of sad that they would be trying to do this. All right, let's see what else they're saying. Hey, Strawberry. Hey, Stacy Lacey. Stacy Lacey. I love that name. Stacy Lacey. Yeah. Yeah, it's like your haters are talking about you now. They're like, yo, I heard Miss Bo Peep, little Miss Bo Peep. Yo, that's funny as heck. Miss Bo Peep. I think that's like a nursery rhyme or something like that. But Miss Bo Peep, I just heard it in a way where it's just like, oh, you used to be quiet, now you speaking up. Now you have a lot to say now, right? Like, so that's funny. It's like your haters are just kind of like looking at you, and it's like you're saying things that I feel like they never really expected you to say. You're saying things that they never really expected you to say, and it's a bit shocking for them. They're just kind of looking at you like, who is this person? Like that, you know, that type of thing. Like, who is this person saying these things? Um, which is crazy. Um, they feel like you're not being sensitive with your communications. So you may not be willing to like stroke anybody's ego at this point. Is like you're just saying what you have to say. Like, I'm just saying how I feel, man. They say I talk with so much emphasis. Ooh, they so sensitive. Like, that's just what I'm getting. Like, that man said, don't ever fix your lips like collagen. Say something where you gonna end up apologizing. Let me know if it's a problem then. Like, yo, I'm done. Yeah. It's just they're just not used to you like saying what you're saying now. Like, you're really saying how you feel. So yeah, that's what they talking about. They don't like it. They don't like it, Pisces. They don't like it. I feel like what you have to say is even causing issues as well, with these relationships. It's causing conflicts. It's causing problems. Um, so I'm not saying that like you're starting drama or you're instigating problems. But your haters could be saying that. They could be saying like you're causing drama with the words that you say or how you're saying things, not being sensitive. You're instigating problems. Like, that's how they're looking at it. Where it could just be as simple as you're empowered and you're speaking your truth. So I don't know. That's on them. All right, that's it, Pisces. That is it, Pisces. Let me go ahead. Are we doing Cancer or Scorpio next? I'm going to choose once I'm done resetting these cards. If y'all don't say anything. And shout out to the moderators, because I really don't know what messages are being deleted, because I've just been trying my best to focus on the reading at hand. But shout out to the moderators. I haven't really tried to get too snappy with folks tonight. I know one person said I need to cut my lashes, and it's just like, why? Like, you're weird. Like, all right, so I'm gonna just go ahead and move on to Cancer. All right, Cancer, your timestamp is gonna be 251. 251. Cancer. I hope y'all are doing well. Okay, I hope y'all are doing well. Cancer. 251. I'm waiting until 251 comes up. All right, Cancer. What are your haters saying about you? It's just funny because some of these things that are being said aren't even like bad things. Like, I don't think it's bad things. I think it's actually positive things, or as far as like your energy that you're exuding. Like, I guess, you know, somebody is always going to have something to say, like whether it's good or bad, you know? Oh, that's what's up, Melissa. I like all of those emojis. I love them. Okay, Cancer. I love this for you. Okay. I love this for you, Cancer. Like, I'm going to tell y'all. I mean, I love it. I love it. Yeah. Good for you. Don't fight. Don't fuss. Okay? Don't fight and don't fuss. Don't argue. That's just where you at right now. Yeah. Peaceful resistance. Okay? I love this for you. Like, yeah, I feel like Cancer, you're just exercising just a great deal of discipline. Okay? You're exercising a great deal of discipline and, you know, control over your emotions. It's very similar to another sign, but I don't remember. I'm sorry, y'all. I've been reading all night. Hey, Be Right. It's been a long time, Be Right, but I'm glad that you're back. Okay? It's been a long time. And Ernest Jones, it's nice to see you. But yeah, Cancer, I love this energy for you because it's just like you're not fighting, you're not fussing, you're not arguing. Like, you're just at that point in life where it's like it is what it is. So you must be older, you must be like maturing. I just feel like you're at that stage in your life where like it's nothing to, it's nothing to argue about. Like you're gonna do what you want. You're focusing on your sense of self-care. Some of you could even be dealing with, insecurities, things that could potentially hold you back, but it's like you just have a larger than life attitude, a larger than life personality. You're not allowing your insecurities to hold you back. Others of you have even experienced like a physical glow up, like you may have lost weight, or your personal attractiveness has increased, so you've done something to change how you look physically. So that's really nice as well. That's nice, that's positive. um, but yeah, your haters are definitely commenting on that. So if you've experienced like weight loss, they're commenting on your weight loss. um, they're commenting on, I don't even know, like this, what you're dealing with isn't even bad. Like, it isn't even bad. I think the thing is that you're not really focusing on other people right now. You're more so focused on yourself, and how you feel. So you're very focused on your like emotions right now, and how you experience life. Yeah, you're very like focused on your emotions, how you experience life. I feel like you're listening to your body, you're listening to yourself. So this is what your haters are commenting on. It's like you are peacefully resisting maybe the intervention of other people, their thoughts, their opinions on your life, of things they feel like you should do. Um, you could also be someone who is like you're not really aggressive. So oftentimes people feel like, oh, they can maybe run over you, walk all over you, because it's like you're not going to be so aggressive. You're just going to be calm. You're going to be cool. You're chill. Like that's just where you are. I feel like your demeanor has definitely changed. That's why I'm getting like you're not trying to stress yourself out, and that's also similar to another sign that I read for tonight, where it's like you're understanding that like when you stress yourself out, your blood pressure goes up, your blood pressure goes up, you might experience anxiety, a panic attack, and that's just not something that you're trying to do at this point in time. Okay. You're trying to be as neutral, as calm, and as compassionate, towards yourself as possible, and even towards others. Um, so yeah, I think your haters are trying to like pinpoint different things that you could potentially be insecure about, or they feel like you should be insecure about, but it's like you don't really care about those things. Like for some people, their weight holds them back. Um, what else? What are some other insecurities that hold people back? Like maybe fears, thinking what if holds them back. Their mindset could hold them back. Self-limiting beliefs, things they think about themselves could hold them back. Y'all could post in the chat, like what are some things that could potentially hold people back? But for you, I just feel like you're exhibiting a great sense of self-love, like you're accepting all aspects about yourself and you're just being. I feel like you're simply being, and that's what they're hating on. They're hating on your being. Like, I'm just picking up right now that you are just cool, calm, and collected. It's nothing that can really mess up your vibe right now. Like, you're just in your own world, you're in your own mood. The thing I like about you is you're listening to your body, you're not listening to other people. Okay? You're listening to your body, you're not listening to others, or you're not listening to outside voices or external, circumstances or situations, just anything that's happening outside of yourself. It's like you're not really considering that too much. You're focused on your own sense of like inner guidance, things that you know to be true. Um, yeah, it's just your inner sense of knowing. Okay, is your inner sense of knowing. That's pretty much what you're focused on. It's kind of giving me like the high priestess energy. You could even be doing some work on your subconscious mind, and just focusing on those deeper emotions that people tend to not want to focus on, because it could be a bit confusing or unclear, or it could bring up a lot of fears and anxieties with that moon's energy, just a lot of insecurities. But it's like you're just trying your best to, I don't want to say overlook, but I feel like just power through. You're trying your best to do that. I feel like you're making changes in your life, but you're making loving changes. You're being patient with yourself and compassionate with yourself. Like, but yeah, your haters are just, yeah, they're talking about things that like you could potentially be insecure about. You know, they're talking about those things. So for some of you, if you're trying to, you know, go on a weight loss journey or something, and it's like they're talking about your weight, you know, people just be talking. I'm sorry, y'all. Like they just be talking. Um, they could be talking about your hair. Um, that's just what they talk about. I just feel like people are like trying to start problems with you, but it's like you're trying your best to remain in your own like zone, in your own world, that type of thing. I would avoid arguments because I just feel like your haters are gonna want to take like low blows, you know? Because I just heard when Michelle Obama was just like, when they go low, we go high. So I feel like there's a lot of things that you might have to like, that you definitely have to overlook, especially if you want to maintain your own, you know, sense of peace and you want to stay in your own world and you don't want anybody affecting your emotions. Okay, why are they saying this? Why are they saying this? Um, I feel like they're saying this about you. Like, it's funny because I really do think that your haters, like, they don't really have a good sense of like knowing of who they are. I feel like they have issues with, you know, just being able to make good choices in life, or they have issues with understanding what their life direction is or what their path is. I feel like you're kind of like buckling down and focusing on how you feel, and just allowing your intuition to be like your inner, like that's your inner voice, that's your guidance, that's what you're depending on. And I just feel like your haters don't necessarily understand that process, or they don't understand that that's what you're doing. So it's like they're having issues with like getting ideas off the ground, or they're having issues with, you know, figuring out what to do next for them in their life, or what they should be investing in, or what they should even be focused on. Because I feel like for you, you went back to the basics, which is like self-love, you know, self-love, and just being your own pillar, or even in a sense like being your own best friend, like giving yourself exactly what it is that you need. And like once you started doing that, it's just like you realize that like you can lovingly make changes in your life, or you can lovingly do things, you know, just literally by listening to yourself. It's kind of like going with the flow, as opposed to like blocking, stopping, or even hindering yourself. So yeah, you're just exhibiting like some unconditional self-love. I'm just kind of getting like that Queen of Cups energy where it's like you're focused on yourself. Um, and it seems like you're being kind to yourself, you're being generous. I feel like these haters are people that don't really focus on themselves, and I feel like they also treat themselves bad as well, which is weird. It's like, shouldn't you be giving yourself the best treatment? So I just kind of, I'm picking that up. I just feel like these are people that, you know, just speak ill about themselves. Like they tell themselves bad things. And I don't want to like say some of the things that they may tell themselves because I don't want to program it in my subconscious mind. But I just feel like if you can speak positive affirmations about yourself, it's like they're doing the opposites. You know, they're hard on themselves, they're down on themselves. Like you're being your own best friend, but they're being like their own worst enemy, or they're bullying themselves, type of that type of thing. But I just feel like you are just in a place right now where you're just trying to give yourself the best treatment, you know? You're being kind, you're being generous with yourself. And they see that. they see that, and they see how, like, when you do that, it, you know, affirms something different within your spirit, or in some ways it's like you all have experienced some type of like rebirth, some type of renewal, or even some type of like, you know, awakening, because you're learning to love yourself and even putting yourself first. So yeah, that's why they're talking about this. They're just understanding you all are glowing up, but it literally started with, you know, self-love. You know, so it's like it's hard because it's like this is the way, but I don't think these are people that really want to focus on that being the way. So you could be someone who is focusing more so on like your emotions, but also your spirituality, your health, and your healing. But yeah, your health or your healing. And I wanted to say whether it's something like esoteric, something spiritual happening, or whether it's the mundane, like something as simple as, okay, you're losing weight, you know, you're focusing on your health. So that's what's going on here. And I just feel like these are your haters are people that typically tend to make the same types of mistakes, because they're not really taking accountability, and doing something and doing something in a different way. So they're kind of just looking at you and the fact that you've been able to do something in one way, but they don't want to like embody those same, you know, characteristics or the same mindset or the same way of thinking so that they can experience the same in their life. So yeah, it seems like for you, unconditional self-love has been the way to creating positive changes in your life, where it's just like with these people, they feel like maybe it's something else or something external that has to be done, but it's really not. Yeah. They're just talking a lot because it's like you all are pulling back to focus more on yourself, and it's actually doing something positive for you, you know, because it's like you're protecting your own energy, you're relying on yourself. I'm just picking up that high priestess energy as well. And it's like when you're by yourself, you're at peace within yourself. It's kind of like you're in your own personal like sanctuary, if that makes sense. Like you're creating that. I also heard like your body is a temple. So it's like you really are loving yourself. It's like you're being very aware of like the places you go, the things you watch, the things you hear, just the things that you allow into your spirits. Because I feel like you just want peace and calm, and you just want to live a stress-free type of life. So what about them is influencing their opinion of you? Some of these haters could be saying that it's like you're self-absorbed. Like that's here as well. Like you're self-absorbed type of thing. But yeah, what is influencing their opinion? They're jealous, pretty much. They're jealous. Like you have the ability to give yourself what you need, whereas these are people that have to look to others for validation, and it's like it's still not enough, you know. So I just think they haven't really gotten the picture and gotten the clue yet that like you have to be able to fulfill yourself, you know. Like you have to be able to love yourself and take care of yourself. Like you should be the main primary person doing that. So yeah, these people are just jealous. They're jealous. And there's just an inability, like I said, to give themselves what they need. Um, they just have an inability to do so. Yeah, and they're also not really being their true selves either. So it seems like some of these haters are people that have that like feel like they need to keep up appearances, or they need people to think of them as something that they are not. I feel like for you, you're kind of living your life unapologetically now. That's what you're doing. Some of these haters, I feel like they, the word I heard was harsh. So I feel like, you know, I just heard harsh. I also just heard ghetto. I heard ratchet. Like, I just feel like it's too much. It's just too many problems here. Okay, it's too much here. Okay, like it's too much that they have to deal with. It's too much on their back. It's too much that they have to carry. And I just, for with you, with your energy, I'm picking up like an energy of levity, of lightness. And that's why some of y'all are, losing, physically losing weight, because it's like you're letting things go. Okay. You're not holding on to things. Like, you're trying to live a stress free life. You're not holding on to burdens. You're not trying to carry things that, don't apply to you. You're literally trying to release old ways, old patterns. It just releasing, just, feeling like even you have to take accountability or responsibility for how other people feel. It's like, what's yours to carry and what's not. So yeah, some of these people, these haters, they have too much on their back. Okay, they have too much on their back. And they need some therapy, because if they can't do it for themselves, then they need somebody to help, walk them through this process. But it's just kind of giving me like people that have struggled, they continue to struggle, and they just haven't gotten the picture that like self-love is the first step. If they love themselves, they wouldn't, allow themselves to go through a lot of the struggle and strife that they're experiencing. Yeah, they would understand that they need to be caring and compassionate with themselves. So yeah, I feel like these haters have been living a harsh life. Okay, a harsh and stressful life. I just keep seeing the Ten of Wands. Okay, like they have a lot to do, but they don't even know where they're going. Whereas it's like with you, I feel like things are a lot lighter, and you can see where you're going. But for them, it's like things are struggling. They have too many responsibilities, too many burdens. They're overwhelmed. They're burnt out, and they don't even know where they're going. They're kind of like spinning their wheels, that type of thing. Hey Perry. Hey Perry. Let's see what else. Let's see what else. Yeah, these haters, okay? These haters are definitely, I mean, it's sad, but it's like they're just trying so hard to not be like you. They're trying so hard, and it's like they're trying so hard, like it's like they dislike you so much that they're just trying so hard to like to cope, but like to cope in different ways. They just don't want to attribute your, like, I feel like what you're experiencing or your being, like they just don't want to attribute it to it being, love or peace or harmony. Like they just don't want to want it to attribute it to those things. um like they want to be against you so bad, but like if they just accepted you for who you were, then they would, be able to pick up on some of your ways. And it would help them, it would help them to be able to sustain themselves, and to find peace within themselves, to find love within themselves. But I don't know, that's on them. It's kind of what I'm getting. Like I feel like this is something that they wouldn't, or that they don't want to admit. It's like your way is the right way. And they're also commenting on how you look as well. It's like, you look good. Okay, you look good. You do. And they're commenting on that. So it's going back to your physical appearance here as well. Like I said, they were talking about your weight for some of y'all. But yeah, I just feel like these are people that are trying to like cope with, I don't want to say like failure, but it's just like they're trying to cope with like a lesser way of being, or they're trying to cope with like living through fear, because I feel like you could either live through love or live through fear. I feel like they're trying to cope with like living through fear, or just a lesser way of being, or a lesser evolved way of being. Like they're just trying to cope with not changing. Like they know that they should change. You know, maybe this could help them with their life direction, with their journey, with their path, like, you know, with the choices that they decide to make. It would help them with their present moments, you know, and help them to maybe even reshape, you know, their future, or to change their future, because they're changing, you know, how they behave or how they treat themselves in the present moment. But it's like they're trying to cope with, I keep wanting to say failure, but they're just, yeah, they're just coping with fear. Okay, they're coping with fear, and they're trying to like self-soothe as well, and just kind of like accept fear, because you're living through love and they hating on you so bad. So I mean, if anything, you could be a good example for them, but they're not trying to look at you as an example. They're just mad. You know, so that's that. Hey, big stepper. Perry, you said they aren't like me. Okay, they are not like you. All right, let's go ahead and move on, from Cancer. Let's move on to Scorpio, and then that'll be it for tonight. Hey, M. Ashley Arnold. You're welcome. I feel like I've been talking for a very long time. It's been like 3 hours and 15 minutes. And just trying my best to, of course, remain as general as possible, but also interpreting the cards, okay? And interpreting the energy. Because it's literally like 12 different signs, mad different haters. It's too much. It's too much. But I did wear my fiery oil of my fiery wall of protection oil, like, because I was just like, I want to get through this reading. Okay, I want to get through it. You're welcome, Ernest. Yeah, it's just crazy because Perry, you said that you know your haters are your coworkers, and it's just hilarious because it's like a lot of the energy I've been picking up has been like coworkers, family. Some people it was like close friends, frenemies, people that you're in relationships with. So damn, it's a lot. Okay, it's a lot. All right, so Scorpio, last but definitely not least, your timestamp is going to be 3:16. Okay, 3 hours and 16 minutes. Warrior, above, within, without. Yeah. You must be affirming something. Um, so yeah. All right, Scorpio, let's go ahead and get started. But it's within my hopes that you all are able to watch for your different, placements, and hopefully, you know, you get more information and it makes sense for you. All right, Scorpio, what are your haters saying about you? What are your haters saying about you? Shanice said Cancer was by me. Okay, you said you right on time, so you must be a Scorpio. You must be a Scorpio. Y'all, let me know how y'all are doing. Let me know how you all are doing. I hope that y'all are well. That you all are well. I feel like your haters are definitely upset about you being like a peacemaker right now, is what it seems like. It seems like you are I even heard the word, I heard the word the equalizer. The equalizer. So it could be a lot of like crazy things going on, a lot of like fights, problems, arguments, disputes, but it's like you are literally the peacemaker. It's like people listen to you. Like people listen to you. So I feel like you have some type of like pull, or you have some type of like position or authority, like whether it's within your friendships, your relationships, in a particular community or environment, like you have some type of position or authority. And it really, it's like it really does make a difference. So you, in a way, it's like you're an influencer as well. Like people actually listen to you. It's like your thoughts, your opinions are valid. um and people are mad, like people are mad because it's like I feel like you're also popular in a sense too, where it's like you know a lot of people and they respect your word. Because I'm also hearing like word is bond. So they respect your, like your sense of integrity. They respect the way that you see things. I'm just talking about your favor amongst people in general. Um, so you seem to be very good at, like, I want to say like directing people or kind of like influencing them, or in a way like kind of telling people what to do or telling people how to be. I feel like you even can show people a better way to live. um just a better way to be, to have a better life experience. But yeah, your haters are just mad because you have a sense of pull, like people actually listen to what you have to say. um you're a leader. You know what I'm saying? It is like you quickly became this. So that's what they're mad about. Let's see what else they're mad about. Yeah, they just, I feel like it's also something here with like your stature. Um, so it could go one or two ways. Like you could be a shorter person, but it's like, I don't want to say like a Napoleon complex, not like you're arrogant, but it's like you could be the shortest person, but you have like big energy, you know? Or it could work for you in a way of like, you know, you could be a tall person, like you could just be someone who has a physically strong like stature. So it's like people kind of don't want to play with you either because they sense your energy and your presence in that type of way. So I just feel like you have a very big energy. You have an influential energy and your haters are mad at that. um I'm also picking up that you're someone, I want to say like you have a winning mindset as well. And you're also like well connected, or you have like a good supportive network, or you just know a lot of people that do a lot of things. So that kind of helps you out as well. Um, or you actually could be the person that, um, yeah, like a mover and shaker. It's like you could be that person. So I think when you enter new environments, that's when you experience a lot of haters, like people who aren't essentially like familiar with you and what you've done or what you do, you know. So it's like when you enter new environments and new communities, I think that's when you experience that. That's where you experience a lot of like haters and people wanting to say things because they're just not really familiar with who you are. Because what I just heard was get familiar. So I think you are that type of like expansive person, you know, like you don't just typically have one friends group. Like you're someone who could have multiple friends. You're even someone who could have multiple streams of income or be known, you know, in different amongst colleagues in different career fields. Like you're that type of person who could do like five different things. You know, like that's just kind of what I'm picking up on. Okay. You can have a job, you can have a hobby, you could be a part of a community, you could be an entrepreneur. Like it's just like you have a holistic life. Okay. Or you have the ability to have that. Okay. Or to maintain that. It's kind of what I'm getting here as well. But yeah, the big thing is I feel like I've also heard like social currency as well. So it seems like it's worth it for people to know you or to get to know you. You have some type of benefit here that you can share with others. I just think your haters are a bit mad at like your fluidity, like your ability to be in different communities. Um, and also your ability to like equalize things or to solve problems. I just feel like you're well respected, so people kind of put you in positions. I don't want to say like positions that you don't want to be in. I feel like, you know, you like being, you know, who you are. You know what I'm saying? Um and I think you're like, in a way it's kind of like you be flexing too, okay? You be flexing too. I feel like, you know, you have pull, you know, you have clout, you know, you're well respected, you know, like you just know that your word, like whatever you say goes, is kind of what I'm getting here as well. But I feel like with your influence, you don't really try to cause problems. If anything, you just try to create peace. So yeah, most of your haters are strangers. They're people that aren't familiar with you, you know. What I just heard is, do you know who you talking to? So it's like, I think you kind of experience that a lot as well, where it's like some people really be talking to you out of pocket because they don't know you, or they're not necessarily like familiar with you just yet, you know. So that's what I'm getting here. Let's get into the tarot. Like, why are they saying this? I think they just not familiar with who you are, you know. That's just what I think. Yeah, Shanice, it's hot. Okay, it's hot. I can tell you that. Okay. And hey everyone. Hey Rebecca. Hey Mrs. Callie. Um, yeah. So why are they saying this? It's just because you're respected. Like you're a voice of authority. Like, you know, I feel like these strangers don't really understand like your place or your position. You know, I just heard like, because this is kind of like a reoccurring, you know, topic for tonight as well, where it's kind of like people want you to be at like the bottom of the totem pole, and it's like you're just not, you know, like you're just not. I feel like, you know, you can have friends that are in other environments. So once they invite you into their world, it's like the other people that are around kind of feel some type of way. They're just like, who is this new person? And why is it that they get these advantages or they're treated in this way? Like, we all had to work to be where we are. Like, who is this person? Like, so yeah, you definitely encounter haters that way. Like, you know, just being new and already being favored, already being loved, already being respected. Yeah, you're just like an authority figure, is what it seems like. Um, you're just smart, you're intelligent. Yeah, so they're definitely hating on even like how you communicate. I feel like you don't really try to cause problems. It's taking it back to like that peacemaker thing. I feel like people try to cause problems with you, but you're not trying to do that in return. So you could experience, you know, just people trying to drag you into fights and arguments, similar to another sign here as well. Um, yeah, they're just commenting on like how well liked that you are, or even the fact that like, you know, things are working out for you. Wherever you are, things are working out. So in whatever communities that you're a part of, um, yeah, they're commenting on your favor. They're commenting on your favor, like, and they just don't know. Because what I just heard is like, you know, Scorpio has done it again. So it's just like they just don't know, they don't get it, they don't understand. Um, they just don't. Like, I just feel like you speak with authority, like that type of thing as well. So it's like they're just looking at you like, how can you be so sure of yourself? Like you're new here. Like that type of thing. Like, how can you be so sure of yourself? Like, what are you doing that we're not doing? Like that type of thing. For some of y'all, this could have to do with work. It's like, for example, you just got hired at a new job, and then within the next 2 weeks, it's like they're trying to promote you into some other position. So everybody else that's there is just like, how did you do that? Like that type of attitude, you know, which is interesting. But hey, it's interesting. But hey, like, I mean, it just seems like you are someone who is just a hardworking person. Like, you're hardworking. I keep hearing social currency. I feel like you work your way up, especially if this has to do with some type of like community that you're a part of. It's like you just work your way up. Like, I don't know what else to say. Um, you're determined, you're diligent, you listen to others, you try your best to work well with others. Like you try your best to be as peaceful as possible. You don't really like to cause or start problems. Um yeah, they're just kind of like commenting on just what you have to look forward to um here as well. Like I feel like you have a lot of positive things that you can look forward to, just like a lot of growth and expansion here. Just because of like how you navigate, any environments or communities that you're a part of. I feel like you try to navigate them with like peace and ease, and you, like I said, you don't really try to cause problems. So they're just talking a lot about like maybe what you're doing this for. They probably, what I'm getting here is like they don't really believe that, or they think that the way in which you're trying to maybe like social climb, or the way you're trying to position yourself is like you're positioning yourself that way for a particular reason, and it's like they're trying to figure this out, like why are you doing this for. It's like if you're in a highly competitive environment but you're choosing peace and you're choosing like to be impartial or to be neutral, they're kind of like looking at you like, why aren't you picking sides, why aren't you choosing sides, like why are you trying to be fair, like why are you trying to do that. So I just feel like you all are just trying to be like fair, honest, and integritous people. So they could be looking at you as though you're trying to play like mind games, or you're trying to strategically position yourself. Um, and I mean, it's nothing wrong with positioning yourself for success and positioning yourself to win, but they're just kind of like looking at you like, what is the catch? Like, what is it that you're doing this for? Maybe the environment that you're in, like people are used to problems. And it's like that's not something you're trying to be a part of. So they're just kind of looking like, what are you doing this for? Like, if that makes sense. Like, oh, thank you so much, ETM Damar. I definitely appreciate that. I appreciate that. Okay. I love it too. And you put it in capital letters. I don't like when people be screaming at me in capital letters, but screaming from the rooftops. Okay? Scream screaming from the rooftops. All right. What about them is influencing their opinion about you? Um oh damn, that's crazy. All right, so these haters, they feed off of negativity. Okay, they feed off of negativity, and it's like because you are coming in trying to make peace, is like that's problematic for them as well, because they don't have nothing essentially to feed off of, and they feel like you could be like ruining the program. So that's why I'm saying, like, especially if you are in an environment where people are picking sides and choosing sides, the fact that you're not choosing sides is not giving them, what they're looking for. Is kind of what I'm seeing here. It's like instead of you trying to perpetuate drama, it's like you're trying to end it. And you have the pull, you have the say so. Like people could respect you and respect, what you're saying. I just feel like you're a leader. Um, so people can respect what you're saying, and I just feel like these people, these haters, these other people in this environment or a part of this community is like they need things to be, negative there. They need there to be drama, and it's like you're really trying your best to not feed into it. So I think these people are trying to flip you also. Like you gotta be careful with some of these haters because they may be trying to like flip you and get you to, instigate, and cause problems as opposed to like, settle problems. It's kind of what I'm getting here as well. Yeah, like if you know this environment that you're a part of where these haters are, I feel like one of the best things you can do is to leave, because I just think you might be experiencing a lot of like resistance here. Like you might want peace and calm and things to work out, but I just feel like it's always going to be somebody doing something, whether it's directly to you or even to someone else in the community that like affects the energy. So this is like someone gossiping. There's always going to be gossip about someone, you know, or someone trying to cause problems. Like it's like the energy of like there's always going to be a fire, you know, somewhere. So I don't know if you want to put yourself in a position to like be putting out little fires all the time. But that's just what I'm getting, that this environment that you're a part of with these haters, like this is just what they do. They like to cause problems. They like arguments. Um, they like to turn against each other. They like, you know, disharmony. Um, I'm just picking up like the 10 of cups within a reverse. It's like they just like there to be conflict and disputes, like in a place where it doesn't really need to happen or it doesn't really need to occur. You know, like it's not needed, but it's like that's what they want. Um, so yeah, that's weird. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird. Like yeah, you all are just confident in who you are as people. Um, you all are just confident. So I would say just try your best to not play into the drama, or just try your best to, you know, if people try to like disrespect you because they don't really know you and they're not familiar with you, it's like don't feed into that as well. Just continue to remain as confident as possible, and you know, don't feel like you have to give all of yourself to this community, because I just feel like you are powerful. I feel like you are an influencer, you're influential wherever you are. So I would just say, like, don't try to give too much of yourself. Like, it's not your responsibility. If these people want to continue creating drama or thriving off of it or feeding off of it, it's like you just, like, what can you do at a certain point in time? Like, what can you do? Like I said, it's not your responsibility to be putting out fires just because you can, you know. That's kind of what I'm getting here as well. So I think that's it. I think that's it. Like, nice talk. It definitely can be in the workplace, because I just keep getting that where it's just, it's like people finding power and control from stupid stuff, like from creating negativity or feeding off of it. Like that's how they feel like powerful, or that's how they feel like they're in control. um so I don't know. And it's also that thing too where I also feel like people are like trying to play you, like they don't really know who you are. You know what I'm saying? They don't really know who you are. Like they really have to kind of get familiar. So I think you experience a lot of disrespect that way as well. So what I heard was don't talk about it, be about it. You don't have to really explain who you are, where you came from, and what you do. Just allow your actions um, to speak for itself, or your accomplishments or your successes to speak for itself. You don't really have to do too much explaining and talking. It's kind of what I'm getting here. Like you said, or constantly poking the bear. Yeah. So, Scorpio, I think that's it for you. Okay, I think that's it for you. I hope your reading made sense. I hope your reading made sense. What I also just heard was you may not have a dog in this fight. So just do what you can, okay? Do what you can. You can't be Superman, you cannot be Superwoman. Like just do what you can, because I feel like the environments that you're a part of is like they could just be used to negativity, and just do what you can. That's all I'm gonna keep telling you. Like do what you can. Like do your job and don't do anything more. But, but yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this all signs for today. Thank y'all so much for just hanging in. I know I read for like an hour longer than I did last week. So thank y'all so much. I hope there was messages that y'all, you know, resonated with. And yeah, that's just what your haters are saying about you. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'm gonna post the timestamps, and yeah. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Shout out to all the moderators. And y'all have a good night. And I will see y'all in the next live. Just stay tuned. But yeah, I have some personal readings to do. Okay. All right, y'all. So bye. Be blessed, y'all.